please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Play ball.
Okay, before we get started with the applications tonight, just like to ask the board if you've had a chance to review the minutes from November.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from December 10th, 2025.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, great.
Aye.
All right, so before we get started tonight, just a couple things. These meetings are televised live. When you approach a podium, please let us know who you are and the business you represent, and you can lay your plans out on the table next to the podium. So we have a couple listed under old business, the first one being DRB 2025-71, the application of Wawa at 302 to 306 East Lancaster Avenue for a new building with signage.
Evening.
Hi,
Nick Canaglia, representing Wawa. I'm going to be brief. I just want to give you an overview.
Yeah.
Okay. I think everyone knows this has been going on for years. As we all know, it's gone all through the courts. The court ruled in favor of the landowner. Development has been approved, both preliminarily and final. The court told the township they had to approve the preliminary plan, and that was just subject to the minor modifications by final plan approval. Final plan was approved. There was a condition on the final plan that we'll discuss tonight, which was construction of a fence along the rear residence line, and that was going to be a wooden fence, 8 feet high. We would have to go to the zoning hearing board to get approval for that, as well as a trash enclosure to have that high enough to enclose all the trash, which will be consistent with actually the block that's going to be on the building. So there are two things that are subject to approval from the zoning hearing board, but we will show you the design for that tonight. So tonight we'll go through both the design of the building, design of the canopy, design of the walls for both the fence and the wall, and then we'll go through the signage requirements
great.
as well.
good.
All right? Go ahead, Eric.
I guess, do we have the camera for this?
We do.
We do, and we've
Or
got it.
I got a flash drive as well.
That's fine, yeah.
We could plug it in there.
Flash drive. Oh, yeah.
That would make my life a lot easier.
So it'll be easier to use a handheld too.
Yeah. Thank you.
You bet. We're good. No, we're fine.
All right. I'm going to try without this for now. See how we can get along. Okay, so what you're looking at, I'm just going to go through a little bit of the history of the project. What you're looking at here is the original plan from 2018, 2019. Basically, the court-approved plan, kind of showing where we're at. We are at the northwest corner of Lancaster Ave and Aberdeen Ave, with access, a single access off of Lancaster, a single access off of Aberdeen, parking surrounding the building itself, parking surrounding the drive aisles on both sides, trash enclosure in the southeast corner, air facilities on the east side adjacent to the Verizon building, and the gas canopy closest to Aberdeen. Back then, at the time, this is like the prototype canopy that you'd see on nearly, I think everybody's probably been to a Wawa by now. It's the typical slant roof, canopy top, open body, meaning it has you can see all the structure in there. Spanners that are red spanners with the Wawa name on them. And what this also shows, while I'm at it, is the trash enclosure, which I'll get to it in a minute, show you what the proto building looks like, but it's basically stone on the bottom, Generally, it kind of looks like what the church stone looks like across the street, so the stone itself, I think, would tie in pretty nice. But the proto also had like a stucco finish above. So we've since come back and we put together, this is the plan that was approved by the town earlier this year. The layout is generally the same, few differences being we got rid of the parking along closest to Aberdeen. We had parallel or perpendicular parking there. We put in a few parallel stalls, and we put in a pedestrian access that takes you in through the site and a raised crosswalk to take you up into the store. So make it a little safer for pedestrians coming in off of Aberdeen. This also shows the, too fast. This also shows the new trash enclosure, basically the same stone on the bottom and a brick on top. And this was something that was discussed with the board during the approval process. This detail on the bottom right also shows basically doing a board-on-board fence, wood fence. Let's see if this loads. I was afraid this might not load. This is a rendering in a snowstorm. I'm just going to skip this. This is the rest of the snowstorm. Let me see if I can. There we go. There we go. I got it. No, I'll keep them in there unless I really need them. It stopped snowing. So this is a rendering of the new canopy. So you'll see this is something that was negotiated, talked about with the board, that would come in with an A-frame rather than the slant. And we'll put in end caps on the end of the canopy to kind of hide all the structure, hide the lighting fixtures. They are full cutoff lighting fixtures that hang, but this will be placed so that it's all kind of at the same level at the bottom, making it a little more cutoff, if you will. The spanners, we took the Wawa logo off the spanners, so it's not considered a sign. This is another view of the trash enclosure with the stone on the bottom, the brick on top. These are just the doors, the steel doors. Doors have a tendency to get beat up by the trash trucks. This is the prototypical store. It would be the stone on the bottom, the stucco on top. Looking at the different elevations, the west elevation facing Aberdeen shows this, again, the stucco, all the glass work, the trim, the red trim on it. The elevation, south-facing elevation, doesn't really have anything on it. The east elevation, facing Lancaster, again, we were proposing a small sign on there, but and a doorway. I'm sorry, this is facing Verizon, the one in the middle, the east elevation. It's the north elevation is facing Lancaster. And this particular one, we talked with the board about in trying to make this look more like a front. So, in doing so, going back to the same elevation we were looking at, just in a different location on this rendering. The north elevation, we added glazing windows along the frontage, changed the color of the door to more match the building. Again, this shows the brick, put in the red trim that wraps from the west-facing elevation around to the north-facing elevation to really cover both frontages there. You also notice when I get into signs that we reduced the size of the signs already below that, which is typical. On the east elevation, facing the Verizon store, again, this is going back. If you look at the site plan, you have customer access on both sides of the store. So we have to have a little vestibule doorway some signage to kind of designate where that doorway is. And then the south-facing elevation, which doesn't have any signage on it. This was the signage that was originally proposed in the 2019 drawings. You'll see with that, you had the spanner sign, which I talked about that we got rid of. We had the 44-inch signs facing Aberdeen, facing west, and the 32-inch signs facing Lancaster. And this is a rendering of the, it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can, no, it doesn't like that either. Facing, and I'll show another one. This really hasn't changed, except for the square footage. It's their typical 50 square foot sign. In Radnor, we have to count the top trim, so here's a better rendering of it. You have to count the top. It's basically a rectangle, one rectangle that fits the whole thing. So the size of the sign is actually, it's noted on here to be 42 square feet. Actually, I'm sorry, it's noted on here up at the top, 55.5 square feet. The actual signage itself is 50 square feet, but you have to count one rectangle that takes you from the top edge of the trim down. So we're actually counting the air in between, like below the trim, as part of the sign area. It's, I understand, to be the standard. We decreased, what you also see is we decreased the signage on the building from the 44-inch lettering to the 35-inch lettering on the front of the building, on the side facing west. On the side facing north, we decreased that from the 35-inch to the 28-inch. And, I'm sorry, from the 35-inch to the 24-inch. And then the 28-inch letters are the ones facing the Verizon store. This is some of the incidental signage, if you will. Like I said, the spanner, we got rid of the Wawa. This is just some of the signage that's in the sign package, designating what the pumps, the number of the pump and what they're selling there, what the pumps look like. And the directional sign typically has the Wawa logo on it. We took that off and just added the color. So that's that. Any questions so far? I'll get into, just to give us some views of what we have here. Actually, you know what? I'll stick with the signage package for the moment since we started talking about signage. Kind of get into the coloring and whatnot a little bit more. So this is the sign package that we have. It has the beige background, the stone bottom. It is the 55.5 square foot sign. It is stands 7 foot 10 inches tall. This is the side facing west. Again, decreased sign from what we had before. They normally fill this box a little bit more, but knowing that we're trying to get as close as we can with the code, we decrease that a little bit. And this is some detail on what that sign looks like, dimension-wise. Going back, the height of the sign is noted on here at 21 feet 8 inches, which I believe is also, we would be seeking relief for, really to get it to center within this area. And some detail on the sign. This is, again, the side facing the Verizon store facing east. It's at 16.1 inches tall. It's the 28-inch sign. Dimensions on it. Facing north, facing Lancaster, again, this shows the glazing on the building. The signage decreased from what we had originally proposed. Again, needing some height relief, but really trying to center it in a spot on the building that makes sense. The red trim, the new color on the door. There's some detail on the signage. Again, here's a picture of the canopy, a view of the canopy with the spanner, the bumps.
The end panels on the canopy, are they white or gray?
I knew that question was going to come up. It's up in the air. If at the moment, I think
Is the roof a standing seam metal gray?
the roof is, I believe that the panels are stainless steel metal. Yep. The color is up in the air, so it's something we can work through.
What do you prefer?
If we have a preference.
Do you?
Do I have a preference? White. Yeah, they were noting, the white kind of disappears in the background. Some details on the sign, the incidental signage that's there, the directional sign, and that's it on that. Let me pull up some shots of the area, some photos, aerials of the area that we're looking at. I guess this. Uh-oh. Okay.
So it's safe to say that everything but your directional signs, you're going to have to go for relief, correct, to get a variance?
Not everything.
Too high
There's
or-
a couple. There's a handful of variances for a lot of the building signage, for the area, area, most of the signs, and the heights of the sign.
Right, so all three wall signs are too high, correct? They're all over 15 feet?
I believe that's correct. Let me
Yeah.
grab my.
They are, I'm pretty positive.
Yeah,
And then also, of course, we're limited as to the total wall signs, and
Right,
we'll be asking for
exactly.
relief on that
sure.
as well.
And the ground sign is,
And the ground sign is interesting, though, because the code, it references a retail, and then it references gasoline.
I know.
And that's where it's confusing, because that's really a gasoline sign,
Yeah.
which could be 50 feet,
Right.
but if it's a retail sign, it's only 30 feet. And then also, Kevin said we had to count the coping, which I disagree with,
Right.
because that's not really part of the sign area, but since Kevin said it, we have to ask for relief on that, too.
it's funny, the code says gasoline service stations.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really a service station.
Yeah.
It's a retail store selling
Yeah.
gasoline.
And remember, our code is from 1960s, or the sign one's a little more recent, but yeah.
92, I think.
And fortunately, I think we're going to be updating that soon.
But you are a little bit over on that ground sign. You're only allowed 50, and you're like 55 and change.
Yeah, that's because of the coping. We were 50.
Right.
But because of when we add
Yeah,
that
yeah.
white coping on top,
Right.
which is really protection for the sign, so
Yeah.
water doesn't get into it, but they said we have to count it.
Sure.
So,
So again, that'll go before zoning.
Right.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it looks nice.
yeah, it does.
Where is the monument sign located? I didn't see it on the site plan.
I'm sorry, the monument?
Where is it located on the site?
I'll show you. It's up near the intersection.
Okay. I didn't see it on the site plan.
Yeah,
I like the brick color. Remember how we've been looking we have a lot of brick
Yeah,
buildings on
yeah.
Lancaster Avenue, and we'd like to keep new buildings
Yeah,
with brick. And
so it's right here.
yeah, and we actually talked about that, Jane, about doing it in a brick style because of a lot of the buildings on Lancaster Avenue are that red brick style.
So while we're on the monument sign, the Wawa in Wayne that exists now is problematic in my mind in terms of turning right. Will this pose the same issue?
You're talking about
Yeah.
the traffic pattern?
No, I know, now I know what he's
Line of
talking
sight.
about. We know, yeah. I think that one, I hate to say this, but the one in Wayne may be in the right of way. This is
think
not
it
in the
is.
right of way.
Yeah. No, this is set back out of the right of way. And
You've
you're,
added a turning lane on Aberdeen?
we are adding a turning lane on Aberdeen. And it's signalized there too.
Both sides signaled, arrowed? Do you know?
I believe that's
Coming out of
correct.
Aberdeen?
Still working through the PennDOT permit, but I believe, yeah, you have the right turn onto Lancaster from Aberdeen is signalized, as well as, let me get the other site
I
plan
think it's
up.
important, and I'll just note it for the record, that the traffic signals leaving Aberdeen, both north and south, should have turning arrows. only because it gets very congested leaving North Wayne, going southbound in the morning. And with that, and most people are taking that left.
Going southbound from Aberdeen onto Lancaster.
Correct.
So I don't think there might be a left arrow. We're not changing the lane configuration there.
I know you're not changing lane configuration.
because
I'm
we
just
don't have the-
arguing
There's no
for an
arrow
arrow.
on that light. There's no arrow now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we do have an arrow for that.
I'm just mentioning it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a PennDOT, I guess, the determination.
Sorry about that.
Took away my arrow.
All right, so before we leave signage, does the board have any other comments about signage or questions?
No,
Okay.
I like the color of the building.
Okay.
I think the 8 foot, if they get the variance for the fence is
Oh,
a
yeah,
good idea.
sure.
And for the trash, I like the steel door.
Sir, could you leave that picture up? That monument sign that exists, is that fairly close to where you propose?
Yeah, I think it's going to be set back a little bit more though.
Further south.
Set back off of Aberdeen or set back off of Lancaster?
Yeah.
Understood.
Almost where that truck.
I'm sorry, sir. Could you come to the mic? Yeah.
Is it on?
It's Pete Carakellian.
Good.
If we could show that overlaid, you could see it, but it's going to be set further to the right of where that existing is. The existing is almost where the stop bar is right now.
Can you point to that with the mouse, where the current one is?
It's hard to, we
Show-
don't
show
show
the-
it on here, but I think it's,
The stop bar. The car that's in the turning lane. Yeah. That's where it is.
Oh, right, gotcha, okay.
oh,
Right
oh
here,
yeah, back
right
in
here.
here.
Oh,
Right, because we're
yeah.
cutting this is all new.
This is
This is
all
a whole
new.
new curb line.
Yes.
So it's set back further off of Lancaster. So that should definitely help.
I know before, the board has asked for the police, public safety to go out and check the sight lines just to play it safe. So if we could do that too.
That'll be somewhat delayed until actually the.
I'm sorry, Tim, your mic.
I'm sorry. That'll have to be somewhat delayed, I guess, because of the
Yeah.
construction needed to actually
Oh,
do the
yeah.
turn lane, so.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it gets us off the hook a little bit too, so just to play it safe.
I will say the overall plan does improve the corner dramatically, so I will say that.
So just wanted to walk through what that corner looks like today with some drone shots. Here's a picture kind of viewing in from Aberdeen, looking into the site. You see the Sunoco in the foreground and the old BP in the back here. Kind of working our way around the site. Again, a view of what's there today with the Sunoco and the BP in the back. Wide open entrances, it's all going away. We'll have one entrance over in here, and there's one entrance back in here. This entrance will go away. So another view, kind of zoomed back out a little bit of the area. What you'll see, one of the things I wanted to highlight with these photos is, some of the brick that's along here that we're kind of tying in. You do see a lot of brick. Wayne is further down the street in the foreground to the right, if you will, but you see a lot of brick coming into the town. And we wanted to highlight that with the brick that we're proposing here. As well as the stone on the church, which you can see in this photo, in the background a little bit. I have got a better picture of it, but you can see some of the stone there that we're going to accent. There's another better picture of the church. So I think it'll tie in well. You see some more of the brick in the background here along the frontage. And this is coming from the east side, looking into the site, further up with the BP now in the foreground, Sunoco in the background. You have the bank across the street with the brick. You have some brick down in here. The same, basically, this a little bit rotated view of the same thing. So with the brick, it'll tie in nice because you got the brick here. The brick here. We'll have the brick store with the stone that ties in with the church. And this is kind of looking across the street again, kind of highlighting some of the brick features that you have in town here. The bank, the mall behind it, strip center behind it's the brick, the old Rite Aid being brick, the Township Public Works building being red, kind of brick, I think, and then the brick down the street. So just rotating around the site, another view of the existing site. That's it for that. Let me see what else. Some of the other stores, I don't know if we want to go through these now or just wait to see if you have any questions.
I think we've seen everything we.
Okay.
I guess other things that our board looks at besides the signage and aesthetics and stuff like that are the lighting.
The lighting is full cutoff
landscaping.
LED,
Yeah.
so it's
And
all
up-
new lighting.
I'll just say this, it's up to you guys tonight, whether you want to go into that, or we can do a continuance if you want to come back next month.
No,
If there's other elements, it's your call.
we do have the lighting plan
Okay.
with us.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
lighting plan was part of the land development that was approved. There's no spillage over in any of the areas, which
Okay.
was a requirement of the,
Sure.
of the land development ordinance.
And naturally, the neighbors are fairly close, so.
Yeah, right, there's no spillage, certainly not, no spillage at all in the rear neighbors.
Okay, great.
And that was part of the land development, it shows zero.
We need to look further into the
spillage.
lighting plan.
Unless there's exterior lights on the building.
I think they've already
They're-
Pretty standard to the Wawa, right?
No spotlights, nothing shining up at the building. It's really it's all full cutoff fixtures, LED. The light fixtures themselves are white in color. I know a lot of people use, like the black color, but the white kind of hides itself a little more. Doesn't make the light a feature to look at during the day.
So how about landscaping?
Landscaping, I do have that. We, as part of the presentation, let me go back here.
That was also part of the land development,
Sure.
and I think there was shade tree with that too.
I was the chair of the Shade Tree Commission. That's why I don't think you should put trees along Lancaster Avenue.
It's an interesting take, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I've looked at the plan, and it's a very good plan. Of course, I have ideas, but I think that something that I think should be considered going forward is some of the newer ideas for parking lot plantings, which are basically using low-growing plants that can survive really well in planting islands and planting strips, et cetera. Because as you know, if you look at most parking lots, after 5-10 years, it's mostly mulch beds and one or two survivors. And usually the trees die because trees don't grow well in small locations surrounded by hot asphalt and with snow removal and salt. So I just brought some pictures you might want to consider. The Acme lot in Newtown Square has switched over to ornamental grasses and stuff. It's just something to consider. Your planning plan fulfills all the requirements of the planning plan and everything like that, but.
Can we do this, Jane, without? Can we do this without going?
I
back
don't
to
know.
shade
That
tree?
I don't know. I don't know how,
Yeah, I do know that,
I don't know how they go. I mean, it's just that sometimes, as you see running into our ordinance about sign sizes, sometimes the ordinances are not keeping up with the specific sites and stuff. Trees are nice, but sometimes locations, they aren't the best plant for that location. I mean, but
Right.
it's not something that, you have to put them in, they'll die.
right. So we do have I know that our landscape architect is very conscious of putting in native plantings that don't need to be watered all the time. Obviously, they all need to be watered when they're first planted and to
Right.
take for the first year, first season. And after that,
Everybody's into natives, but what's a native? I think it's more important to put a plant that will do well in a situation. And sometimes those are and likely would be plants that are native to the Great Plains of the United States because they're dry and hot, but that's not Radnor. They're not native to Radnor. Doesn't mean they're not going to do well in Radnor. It's just something to consider is
no, understood.
broaden your plant selection maybe, but,
Here's the plants up here, here's a tree.
Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, we did add, that's one thing to add, I forgot to mention when I was comparing the plans. We did add these landscape islands in this area to kind of highlight the walkway going in, add some more green within the lot. The trees in the front, we do need to meet the code requirement. There are some trees that are remaining that we're going to try to keep there. But understood.
One of the further ideas to enhance, because we're into bricks in Wayne, is that to edge the sidewalk along Lancaster Avenue with bricks. We do have it in some locations in the center of Wayne, where the curb has a foot of brick? You all see it? So it might be an idea. It also indicates to pedestrians where the curb is and also where the entrance is, because the bricks don't go across the entrance. It's just a visual clue also.
Something we can definitely keep in mind, it would add impervious
Might
coverage.
have it on the plan.
Yeah, you
I-
might
Yeah.
have it in the plan.
I've looked for it, but I
Yeah, no, we don't, I've seen that a lot, like especially in the city settings. We don't have it here. We can definitely consider it. One of my cautions of that is just from the impervious coverage, add impervious coverage, then the stormwater, the snowballs with it. I know this area has some stormwater issues, and we have a pretty large basin that's underground in this area to really mitigate some of those issues over and above what really the code requires. But I'm not sure if we add that, if it starts to then
Yeah,
counteract the stormwater.
okay. Well, why don't you consider it? 'Cause
Absolutely.
You'll see it in downtown Wayne as such, and a lot of the merchants who've had their walks replaced are doing that. So it looks pretty good. So,
Good, good.
all right. I think we've pretty much covered anything. Questions for the gentleman or comments? Tim?
Good presentation.
Yeah, very good. You guys are good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to bring before the board, Nick? I'm good. You're good? Okay. So you've got some zoning issues, of course, which you'll handle. But I think you've got our blessing here from our board for the signs. Right?
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks. So somebody like to make a motion?
Nice presentation,
Thank you.
very organized.
Sure.
It's nice to have the computer. The boards are tough sometimes.
So we're going to do a motion for approval for DRB 2025-71 Wawa. Motion to approve new monument sign and wall signs with the condition that they are brought forward to the zoning, I'm sorry, they get a variance for those conditions. Is there anything else that we're considering?
Well, he mentioned about going back and getting a variance for the fence.
Yeah.
and Enclosure.
And then same with the fencing and the enclosure. But as far as this board is concerned, we are going to make a motion for approval based on what was presented tonight, and I motion for an approval.
Let me just add this about the sidewalks.
Second.
I second.
Suggestion about the sidewalks, the brick and lays.
And take into consideration adding brick for the sidewalks. Motion for approval?
Okay.
I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you, Nick. Okay, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-10, the application at 601 Conestoga Road for a monument sign, wall sign, and pole sign. And this applicant was in, I believe it was July, and he's back to see us again, so welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Want
welcome.
me to grab the mic? Is that easier?
Yeah, here we go.
Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, so thank you for having me. I'm back. Coming here, we did get approval last time, and I'm not here for this wall sign. We did have approval. Can you see that okay? We're coming here back to talk about the monument sign. We've had some upgrades to what we've done based on our last meeting. Sorry for this. I can also pull this up on my phone for a color rendering, if this is helpful for everyone. Sorry. Can I zoom that in or no?
We have in our package.
You guys have it in your package, but I wasn't, for the people at home that maybe they want to see something a little nicer. So that's the idea. We're trying to fit, obviously, in everything that we're supposed to do in terms of the height and the distance from the street. We just kind of enhanced the sign much better with, we just wanted to make it a little nicer than what we had previously presented. And this gives you an idea of what that sign looks like closer with a stone. And you're trying to keep it very, classic, but we just kind of a little more upgrade than what it was last time, I think, if you recall. And then, to just jump to the other sign that we originally came and we spoke about last time, we talked about the wall, and then we talked about this pole sign. So, again, we're trying to make them all look the same. So we're going to do the same type of thing. Now, this pole sign, we were originally kind of questioning whether we should do it or not, and more for the fact it's just really kind of very messy, like in terms of when people just come into the property, they have no idea where they're going from the Conestoga side. So we were like, all right, we're going to put that wall sign on the other side of Radnor, Chester, and Conestoga, and we were contemplating whether we actually needed this sign, and I really believe it's very important to have at this point. I was going to come in and ask maybe if you didn't prefer that. I think it checks all the boxes in terms of what we're supposed to do, but we're also open to the idea of possibly putting it on. I'm not trying to make it complicated here. Putting it on the building. I know that when we'll start hitting other issues, just for aesthetics, if it's nicer if it's on that side of the building. However, this is I think the best answer for us at this point to be able to get people the ability to get into the property.
Yeah, it's just a tough site.
It's a tough spot because of that parking, and if you put it up higher or in the corner or something, it's like so the thought would be to put it right there and hug it onto that. I mean, it definitely hurts a little bit of the entranceway for that first retail storefront. However, the rest of the tenants really need it because really people, obviously with dropping off packages and what have you, they're all over the place. They're like dropping them off everywhere. So it would be really helpful to get signage for these tenants.
Was your preference, if I understand it, was to avoid the pole sign and do something on the wall? Your preference, not...
Yeah, I thought what would look better if you were to just drive past, and I thought maybe, and I don't have it technically here, but on the other side of the building to like the right of that building, kind of like in this
area?
over here, either here or on the side of the building, like that's not on the picture.
Okay.
And I was just thinking out, kind of brainstorming if that was a better idea, if that's what you would prefer. I mean, it would be up high, and it would still be, but it'd be further over. I just didn't know if it was. I think we can do a good job with this sign. This pole sign is more into look into it. I can basically hug it right into that or make it real tight into that, so it's really not, it doesn't stick out too far. It obviously is only one side when it's like that because that wall is there.
Right.
So that's the plan, and obviously this monument sign is the number one thing I think we need for the site, but it would be great to have the pole sign as well.
I think it's a good-looking sign, but it looks kind of awkward because it sticks above the wall, the cement wall there.
Yep.
It would be too low if you had a pole sign that had like the tenant side by side, so it was rectangular instead of vertical, and be just hit slightly over the wall.
Or kind of use that wall as the sign wall.
But it would be on a pole, so it wouldn't be a wall sign.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would.
I could try that. I can try that. I mean, I can go hug that. I mean, I see your point. I think.
I don't know. You see, instead of be wider.
I think the sign takes away from the building elements.
I think so. I'm not a huge fan of it, honestly. It's just I don't have any more options to put it there. So I could probably hug that. To your point, I could hug it, make it a little more rectangular, and put it there. I don't know what it does for the size. And it's. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the tenants would prefer that, but whatever. I mean. Yeah.
It would still be a sign, whatever. And maybe the wall would be like just there, like the wall would be like here.
Well, in order to make it a pole sign, even then, instead of it being on like an actual pole, you could actually make the pole kind of mirror the elements of the wall. So it almost blends into the wall while it's...
And ideally, if I didn't have to do a pole sign, I would get away from the pole entirely and put it on the wall. However, then I start messing up. I don't know if that's obviously considered a wall, but that's a...
Yeah, but if it was...
Right.
If you brought the sign down, made it wider, and then made the pole into kind of more of a stucco element, of,
Right.
like
Blends
a
in.
stucco column,
Yep.
it still constitutes a pole sign to meet the code requirements. But from an aesthetic point of view, it might blend into the
Sure.
wall more.
I would be open to that. I think that's fine.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, just to not have it go, the only negative is just, I mean, obviously just keeping it up high enough so you can see it, in front, see the sign
Yeah.
for the bottom tenant.
Well, let's mention this, Sean. Do you want to work on that for next month, and we'll ask you to
No,
come
I would
back?
love to not work on it for next month. I'd love to get it approved. And I don't want to follow Wawa. I would love to get it approved, but if I need to make changes, I mean, I don't know.
We could approve either way.
Yeah.
I'll put a Chick-fil-A in here if I have to.
Yeah.
Careful, careful.
let's go back to the ground sign on Radnor Chester. I think everybody's in agreement. Do we like that sign? And
What makes it look awkward is it's
it
sticking
meets
above the wall.
the size requirement of 30 square feet. It's coming in at 27, so I think we're good there, correct? The
Yeah.
ground sign, everybody's in agreement, it looks good?
Yes, I think it looks good.
And Sean, that planning bed is kind of what you're going to put?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
All right, so
And
we
it's
see,
fixed, it's not gonna swing, right? It has to be fixed, it can't.
Yeah, that's fixed, correct.
It just looks like it can swing.
We're not gonna use any, to the plants, we're gonna use the plants that you like, whatever you do.
Let's make- well, they're your plans.
I
You
know.
gotta take care of them. I'm not going to, so.
But no, that's the idea. And this actually came from one of the tenants in our building. She did all this design work.
and Sean, are you going to have that lit or not?
I haven't, I would like it lit if I could, but more like solar type lit lighting.
Like an uplight?
Yeah, yeah,
That might look nice.
yeah, I would like that.
All right. Okay. And the material itself then, the sign itself, what type of materials you're going to use?
Yes, you had, wood support, decorative element, and, the stone pier, and then this sign itself would be, she has a cedar plank on the other one, but, vinyl panels, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, vinyl panels.
All right, so we are good with that, correct? I think it looks nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
I think it complements the building. Okay. All right, so let's go back to that Conestoga Road sign that you don't want to come back for next month, right?
Well, how can I avoid that? You tell me what I need to do. I
I
mean,
think it's going to be hard for us to approve something without actually seeing it. That's a problem.
now what could make you stop from approving this sign in here? And if I wanted to make changes, I guess.
I would just say lower it to the height of the wall.
Keep the same width, same style, just cut the pole.
You won't be able to see it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you get so much slow vehicular traffic at that intersection anyway. You know, that traffic, that light changes so often.
Right.
Like, I mean, the height doesn't matter at this location.
Well, I would argue not, it does, because this car usually is right there, you know, so usually,
Like a parked car?
yeah.
Is it from
Parking
Boyles?
spot.
There's a parking spot typically, right? We have about 7 or 8 parking spaces right here in the front there.
Site parking,
Yeah.
got it. I can't picture that.
Yeah,
Yeah, right there.
yes. Okay, Greg. I know without seeing it.
But
Well, we need to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, Sean, I think we can approve what you've brought in tonight. I think we're in agreement, we like it, but maybe there's better options out there. That's why we kind of said maybe you could come back next month and, you know, get working on your ground sign and, unless you want to go with this.
Well, I would love to go with this if you can approve it, obviously, but if I need to make changes, I would come back and make the changes after I, you know, get into it a little further and see it, but I would love to get approved to get started here. I need to do something here. I can't wait another month.
We do it continued approval, you think?
I would gladly give a contingent if it's the same design as this current sign. You just make it wider, where you have 2 tenants on each side. Instead of Villanova Center, I would actually say you'd actually just shrink the top part and put Villanova Center at one line rather than taking it double width there, because then you actually get more use for your sign there.
I would do all that, like you said. I agree with that, by the way. I could do that. I
Did
would love
that,
it.
shrunk the sign down height-wise, made it a little wider, and then brought it down where it's placed on the height-wise. I'm fine with that, and if you wanted to change the pole to mask it more into the wall, I'd be fine with that too. If you wanted to stick with this, not my favorite, but I'm not gonna say no.
Okay. Well, I would do what you said. I mean, I just want to be able, you know,
If I could just say something.
make it contingent upon her.
As presented, it meets the standards.
Correct.
Yes.
To be approved.
Exactly.
I just want to make it aware that if, you know, we're looking at making it wider, making it, you know, doing the double, obviously you've got to make sure you still comply with the square footage.
Understood.
I don't know, you know, I'm not doing that math in my head, sitting here, redrawing everything.
No,
but,
I'm
like,
with you.
I understand the aesthetic to be achieved, but in achieving that aesthetic, are we going to now create a problem where you would need a variance? I don't know.
I feel like I can do what you said. Maybe skinny it, make it a little wider and skinny. Yeah, turn it, spin it.
Turn the piece of paper sideways.
Just like that.
There you go. That's the same,
It's the same size sign.
Great idea. Should have talked to you guys before.
Only thing with that, you have to watch how far out wide you're going with the wall there. You don't want to have it go beyond the wall.
We can hug the same wall, it'd be
You don't
easier
want it to
probably.
block your walkway for your customers coming in, for the patrons coming in, so.
Yeah, I think we can fit right in there just like that, like you said.
And we need to be, what, 10 foot off the cartway, so I don't know if you're going to meet that.
Next to a wall.
Yeah, but it's still.
I'm 22, or how far am I away from there?
How does that measure from the cartway? Is it to the pole where it is or to the actual sign itself?
I'm 17 feet from the road. I'm farther than I need to be. I think I need to be 15
Just
feet.
reviewed as presented, it works.
Yeah.
Andy, I mean, could we make an approval based upon the change without actually seeing it? What's your feelings on that?
The board can do whatever it feels comfortable with. I
Okay.
think there's been enough discussion, enough visual here. In my opinion, you could do that.
Okay,
Really, the only thing that's changing is just sort of the shape. Everything else, the components of it are going to remain the same.
can we make it contingent upon township review?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right, let's-
You could make it contingent upon review, that we would double check it,
Yes.
Justin would check it and make sure that we didn't exceed anything,
right,
and we could do that.
okay.
And that way you don't have to come back.
Awesome.
Yeah, when the
Win-win.
building permit, when the
Right.
permit gets applied for to install the signs, we'll double check that one particular sign.
Okay.
And you can just show us a drawing of it in the new shape.
Beautiful.
With the sizes,
But I think it's in good faith to
Yeah.
let Sean move forward.
Thank you.
And again, Sean, lighting on that?
I'm not sure. I don't think about lighting on that one.
I
I don't really
Let's
have
get some lighting
much
on it.
option there.
Yeah, okay. All right,
My headlights.
yeah, that's going to be it, yeah. All right, anything else you need to bring before us tonight?
No.
Okay, so
Appreciate your time.
Pole sign and ground sign. All right, board, questions, comments? We good?
No, we're good.
We're good with the wall sign as is, where is.
Okay, Tim, you want to take the motion?
Sure. In the matter of DRB 2025-10, I move to approve the application as presented this evening for the monument sign in the current location with the option of adding a uplighting via, I guess, solar lighting was presented. The wall sign as presented, and the pole sign as presented, and also move for contingent approval of the pole sign if the owner chooses to take the sign and change it to be a horizontal rather than vertical sign with 2 tenants on each side with the name Villanova Center at the top, with the address at the top of the sign, of the same materials, same design as presented tonight, but taking it from a vertical presentation to a horizontal presentation and affixing it on a sign that's, on a pole that's lower so that it's closer to the height of the adjacent wall behind the sign.
I think it's 3 tenants on each
Yeah,
side.
3 tenants on
He's
each
got
side.
6.
So, excuse me, two column wide.
2
Two
column
columns
wide,
wide
3 tenants, yeah. what I
of
want.
3 tenants on each side,
Okay,
in
good.
each column.
Good. Do we hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Thanks for your patience.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
thank you,
Best of luck.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you for the work
We'll
you're
take
doing.
it.
It's making that building, it looks a whole lot better already.
much. I
With all those
Thanks.
pumpkins.
We appreciate it.
Hold on, Dave.
Okay.
You jumped the gun there, man. All right. So here's some new applications coming in this month. First one being
7 o'clock.
DRB 2025-72, the application of Real of Pennsylvania at 528 East Lancaster Avenue for 1 wall sign and 1 ground sign. All right, Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave from Image 360 in Bryn Mawr. I'm here on behalf of Real Classic Realtors of Pennsylvania. I will not be presenting the wall sign. I got a call from
Yeah.
Steve today about some interpretations of the size, so we're going to wait on that.
Okay,
I am presenting the monument sign. There is an existing Remax balloon logo currently at 528 East Lancaster Ave. We're going to remove that and put an illuminated aluminum cabinet, double-sided. The cabinet is 36 inches by 82. It is 20 and a half square feet. It is 6 feet from the ground to the top of the sign. The letters are roughly 20 inches. They will be pushed through acrylic. They will illuminate at night. The cabinet is going to be dark gray, black, and blue. Oh, sorry. I'll get closer to the mic.
Thanks.
In addition to the sign, we're going to have some dimensional letters of the address. It's kind of hard to see, but it's 528 at the bottom right of the stone base. And that's that.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry.
I'm sorry, where's the address?
520, oh, the address is
I know the
right,
address. Where's it on the sign?
right there at the bottom.
Okay, gotcha, thanks. I see it. I see it now.
They're 4-inch dimensional letters.
Pretty simple application. Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. That balloon was a nice element. That's been up for about 20 years. Yeah,
The owner of the balloon is sitting right there.
okay, all right,
I like this. This is,
okay. Yeah. All right, questions for Dave? Looking good? Comments? Anything else, Dave?
No? Nice to see you.
Yeah, we'll give you continuance for the sign to January, if you're good with that, for the wall sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll do
Okay,
January, then
continuance.
we'll.
Is there going to be like a commissioners meeting before then?
Well,
Or
we'll see,
Okay,
we'll see how it all
because
works
maybe
out.
it'll be December, February?
possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're hoping to move
Lisa, we can
quickly
put
on the
Dave on for
rewrite of the
January as a
ordinance.
continuance for the wall sign? Is that an issue?
No, we can. We just have to stay on top of it if the new ordinance has been put in place yet or not.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'll take that.
No one knows.
All right.
The guess really is, you know, with having to get it in front of the Board of
Yeah.
Commissioners and then
Yeah.
move it forward, more than likely it's going to be February.
Okay.
I mean, to be real about
Yeah.
it. But we can put you on for January and then just bump you back to February if nothing's happened.
Okay. That'll work.
Sounds good. All right, Greg, like to make a motion?
On the matter of DRB 2025-72, applicant Real of Pennsylvania, 528 East Lancaster Avenue. This is for approval for the monument sign only. Fabricate and install halo lit channel letters per drawing. Fabricate and install illuminated double-sided cabinet with push-through acrylic letters.
And continuance, we'll mention that. Continuance on the wall sign.
Oh, continuance on the wall sign.
Okay, great. Here, a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dave.
Sorry, it was easy. You want to do that one, I'm sorry.
I'll do them.
Okay, next tonight is DRB 2025-73, the application at Monroe Muffler at 362 West Lancaster Avenue for lighting.
Hello, everybody. I am horrible at speaking to big groups, so let's just make that perfectly obvious. You'll
Okay,
you'll see that real quick.
talk nice and loud, okay, so everybody can hear you.
All right, so my name's Matt. I'm with Sign and Lighting out of Bristol. We were called out to the Monroe Tire, I think it was back in April. They had some lights that were installed that were a nuisance to the neighbor. So we went out there, we did some adjustments. We did reach out to the neighbor. We spoke to him. I believe we spoke with his wife. Told them to give us a call if there was any other issue. We did eventually get a call back. They said that there was still a nuisance. So the most recent time we went out there, I believe, was September. My pictures are kind of out of order here, but in your packet, there should be in order the pictures from when we first arrived, which really is irrelevant at this point. The more important thing would be the lighting survey and the images from our most recent trip out there, which should have resolved the problem. As of now, the company
Can you
is
hold
without.
on for a second?
Yeah.
Do you want a hand? I can't hear.
You want to use a hand?
I just can't.
You want me to hold that?
I'm getting old. I can't hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, man. If you could just move your plans up, so
Okay.
You can see them on the screen also. There you go, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so we were out there, I believe it was in September was the last time that we arrived out there. What we did was we put shielding on the light that is facing directly at the building. I guess we should bring that up there. Where's the overheads at? There we go. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Maybe we should just do the video. Okay, here we go. So the residence is to the right of the image there. It's not really very clear, is it? This light that is facing directly at the residence, we did turn that light off. That light was off on a recent visit. We also, you can see in the pictures, we readjusted all the lights that were facing at his residence to the opposite direction. Any ones that were not able to be redirected, we did shield, which is just that one light besides the other one that we disconnected completely. As of right now, the business has been without lighting out there, and I believe you guys are finding them every day for that. So we're kind of looking for a resolution at this point. We did do a lumen layout recently as well as a walkthrough, which I think I can play on this.
So with the various colors?
We're looking at
The colors on the chart are just the amount of lumens that were recorded at each distance. But we do have a video of the walkthrough as well. So as you can see in the video, there's just no light that's even crossing the midpoint of that parking lot, and we were still receiving complaints regarding the lighting. In our opinion, we don't think that anything is the matter. Just not sure if the gentleman just doesn't want the light there. We went back about a year and looked. They did have metal halide lights that were facing, if you go on Google Maps, directly at the gentleman's building, and I did mention that to him, and he said that they weren't a nuisance. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on.
So there's only one light that's shielded?
One light is shielded.
Right.
One light is completely off, which we can shield that one.
Right.
Right now, Monroe is okay with keeping that one off because it just faces their dumpsters.
Yeah.
And then the other light is facing inward towards their entrance. They have customers that come in middle of the night dropping cars off. Their employees have to leave at 7 o'clock at night, so they need to have light on. I think it's been about 2 months that they've been without it.
Yeah, currently it's pitch black over there. Yeah,
They're not allowed to put any lights on.
I guess that's.
No, as of right now, we were told to leave them off until this meeting, so
Right.
we complied.
Okay. All right. Is there some public participation here tonight? Okay.
Oh, yeah, there he is, okay. Mike.
We've spoken.
Yep.
All right. So I've been dealing, is it Rob? Matt, sorry. I've been dealing with, just work. I've been dealing with Matt.
Mike, tell us
I'm sorry.
who you are and where you
Right,
live.
Mike Lahota, 7 Doyle Road, so I am directly south of Monroe.
You're the next door neighbor?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Across the street? No.
No.
No, adjacent
Basically
south.
their property.
Is this your house?
Yeah, your left hand is on my house. So these lights went up around April. Before that, they were probably Cobra heads, and they may have been high-pressure sodium. They were probably a more yellow, warmer light. I don't know what they were because they were not a nuisance.
Right.
These went up LED, I get it. LED is the way to go. Probably a little bit lower temperature, or higher temperature actually, and a lot brighter. So in April, they went up. They were not apparently approved. I went to the Township, Norsini, Kachansky, and Bill Bruno, and they said, okay, we're going to shut them down until they get approved. And then August came around, or September, and they didn't get them approved, and they just said, well, we're going to get fined either way, so we're going to just put them on. So at that point, I went back, dealt with Bill Bruno again. Bill said, all right, let me work on this. It took him a couple weeks, and he got them shut down. Are we on?
Mike, you still feel you have an issue?
Yes, I mean, so I don't know if the camera's on or not. I tried to print, oh, can you turn the camera? Can we turn the camera on? I mean, it's not going to be great because it's from a phone. But, so my property, my building starts between 14 and 15 feet from the property line. And then the pictures that I'm taking are 14 to 15 feet inside my house. So I'm 30 feet inside my property line. The closest light that they have is 55 feet from their property line. So they're starting at 55, and then some of them go back to 70, and some of them go back to 100 feet. And so he asked me to send him some pictures, and I did. And these are from October. You can barely see a shadow there, but this is the one room in our house that's adjacent. There you can see the blinds. I mean, they're not as good up on the screen as they are on the phone.
I don't think we can see it.
Yeah, I know. They're better on the phone than they are on the screen. I can't fix that. And, yeah, no, they don't come up on the screen. But I can see them. But literally, I could read a book. With no lights on in my house, I can read a book 15 feet inside my house from the lights that they're portraying.
Can I show you these, and can you tell me what time of night these are, and maybe when they, and can you tell me when you took these ones?
Who, him? Matt?
For Matt.
Which ones are they?
Very good, Matt.
All the images would have been.
Okay, you can give it to Mike.
Can you look at those images and tell me what,
What-
because that's your house, right?
Yeah.
This is my house, yeah, but the photos I was showing you were from inside my house.
Anyway,
These are
We
outside, so,
can see how much light is on your house if you can identify what time of night or whatever's going on here.
I mean,
So
I
these-
assume it's 8 or, I mean, it's dark, it's 9, 10 o'clock.
Microphone.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, the first one that you gave us here, is this one?
Is that after you put the shield on the light? or
No,
before?
this was the initial, when we first got the initial complaint. I just want to bring up that I was brought on after the lights were already put up, after the initial contractor, so.
You're fine.
Yeah, this was the actual initial call that we went out in April. This was the first nuisance call before we fixed everything, and this was around 7 o'clock.
Is there a photo with the shield on the light and the amount of light that is hitting that?
Yes, that was in the walkthrough, and one of them, the more recent one, I don't have color pictures for myself, I printed them all out for you guys. But there should be an image, as well as the video that I showed you guys is more recent with the shielded light on it, and with the other one off that was directly facing him.
But your video is not part of the submission, so really we can't look, even if we could see it very well, we can't consider it.
It should be in there. May I see your colored ones? 'Cause
Is this the one? This is the lumens, right?
that's the original lumen layout, and then the other one that is colored is the more recent one where the light cutoffs were put up, and the other one was taken off. There should be a second lumen layout in there.
Mike, can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Do you feel with better shielding that might resolve the issue?
I mean, he's tried to shield them at least once. I've been working with him, and I appreciate him working with me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe more shielding, yes.
Right.
The shielding that's up there now, as of October 3rd, and so he hasn't had the lights on, I don't believe, since October 3rd, so I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
If the other three lights close to your
I
property
mean,
are
and then he
shielded,
talks about one that doesn't go on anymore, but like I said, none of them have really been on. The last time that they were on, I don't recall that any of them weren't on. They were all on until finally Bill Bruno said, you got to stop, and they did.
we've had a couple issues recently with lighting, and I guess it's been resolved between the contractor and the township and the residents, homeowner. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of somewhat in the middle. of
Right,
all this,
I
and
get
we're
it.
trying to help everybody out,
Right.
naturally.
Yeah, Verizon just put in all new lights.
Yes, that was with, that actually one is part of the video, I believe, when everything is shielded and the other light is off. So we did try to make as many adjustments as possible, like keeping them safe at the facility.
Sure.
We did some calculations and everything, and we're not sure what kind of lighting would give them the lighting they need for that back part of the parking lot there to keep their customers safe without crossing. I mean, right now, we're not even getting light, and I understand that's a little bit higher into his window possibly, but we've made all the possible adjustments we could, even if we shield it.
I mean, one possible suggestion that I would have, and I think I mentioned it to him, was they could shine the light from from my side of their property towards their parking lot. They could light it up
Gotcha.
like a football stadium.
Right.
If it's going that, and if it was all going that way,
Yes, I understand.
then I believe that would be, and I'm not saying light it up like a football stadium, but if we did whatever the lumen calculation was, if we did that number of lumens and shine them from the south side of their property
Right.
towards the north side of their property,
Yeah.
then I believe that would be a better solution.
We also have to factor in prohibitive costs and things
Yeah.
like that, as well as shining light on, what is that, Doyle Road? Customer, or drivers coming down Doyle Road, if we have light facing that immediate
Right.
direction,
You're gonna
that's gonna
blind
be the
them.
next reason why we're here.
Yeah.
So we are here, we want to make the resident happy,
Oh, yeah, for
obviously,
sure.
but we want to make the board happy, and we just need to get light there for the customer and employees.
Well, let me turn it over to Andy for a second, kind of put you in the middle. Where are we at, Andy?
We're in the middle.
Yeah.
Now, we try to look at these where, obviously, there's the need for exterior lighting for people to get to their cars, to have security around a building. So when we have lighting that doesn't have a shroud, the first thing we ask is to put the shrouds on, and what shrouds are available with that manufactured product, with that particular light. Not every light has the same shroud. So I would say, in these situations, Bill Bruno would come out and take a look to see the shrouds, to see if have a discussion if there's a more extensive shroud or a different angled shroud that would maybe direct that light. It's a tough kind of subject matter because the code is that the light can't leave the property, but the light leaves the property. The light just isn't going to stop at the line, so you have to angle it and try to make it so it doesn't go beyond. That can get tricky when you have elevation grade changes where one building's higher than another. It's difficult. So I would just say that if the parties are working at it, maybe examine different shrouds. I understand the cost aspect for the business to trench and rewire and run wire and set posts and redo everything, and then we have, again, maybe it's shining into the road, and there's other issues.
Sure.
I think the goal would be is to look at if there's a more extensive shrouding that can be done, or maybe angling differently.
Perhaps light temperature too, if you can soften the light.
Like I said, I feel like the light temperature is a lot cooler than it was, and
Yeah.
I feel like that might be part of what we're seeing. I don't know.
So, just so I know where we are in terms of why it's before us. At some point in time, the business did change the light fixtures on the building without obtaining approval for the new light fixtures, which is why it's before us.
Yeah.
So I guess it's before us to seek retroactive approval of what has already been put onto the building?
Correct. So the lighting, when it was swapped out, from whatever it was before to what it is now, should have been brought before the board.
Right.
And then there would have been a discussion that we're having today.
And oftentimes when we get these types of, when we're talking about the lighting plans for a property, we get the map that shows all the foot candles and the measurements at where it is. Because
Correct.
the ordinance says it's zero, what is it, zero spread or zero creep, or whatever it is.
Correct.
but you're always gonna have an issue with light, right? So like if you measure it and say the light is not shining onto this property, you still have the effect of the light is still shining on that property and you're still gonna see in the night the property that's illuminated. So that's one thing, sometimes residents see
But,
that
I
as an
mean,
issue.
and they didn't show up well on the camera, but they show up on my phone.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that 30 feet inside my property line, I can read a book with their lights on and none of my lights on.
I take
So
that as
that's
face
not,
value. I'm
that's,
not
to me, is
trying-
not, right.
yeah,
I'm just saying that that's not, Right.
I'm stating for the purpose of the
Right.
next step, because
Yeah.
I don't think we have enough information before us here today to be able to actually, to make an approval of what's been submitted. So that's why I'm saying for the next step of this, there's the balancing of what the business needs for the safety purposes of the property there, and what you're looking at as a neighbor. So I'm trying to set expectations, right? So when you're looking at expectations, it's not gonna be pitch black. Unless you build a wall, you're not gonna be able to have the pitch black into your property from seeing another side. You're always gonna have to see the illuminated property. And for the life of me, and I know I've looked at this way back when there was this stuff with Villanova and the lights there.
And
When you're measuring the foot candle, does it measure the reflective off of other like surfaces or not? It's only straight from the light, right?
It's straight from the light, and the manufacturer should be able to supply some kind of information that's going to give us what that light intensity will be at distance.
Right.
and we recently saw this with the
And
Verizon.
it should have variables such as without the shroud and with the shroud. Correct.
Andy, we just saw this earlier this year with the Verizon building, and the neighbor right next door, they were getting light, and what Verizon's electrical contractor did is came in and put all new lights up high, but they were tilted down like this, and so the shroud, but they could, if some point they needed to raise them up for some unknown reason, I don't know, they could, but anyway, they had ones that they could point right down on the Verizon building that's, you know, the big fortress on, no, that's AT&T.
the brick building.
Verizon
She's talking
has
about the
another
brick
one.
building
It's on the
catty corner from
of the-
Wawa?
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
It's the
Catty
one
corner
on the,
from the
it's on
Wawa.
Lancaster, you know where the.
We had an issue
where
with
the current
Agnes
Wawa
Servant
is,
School
the
recently,
catty corner
too,
across the
with lighting
street.
and the neighbors.
So
There's no
I think
windows, there's no
the
nothing
next
there
step here,
anymore.
because I don't think that we're gonna be able to resolve it tonight.
Yeah.
No, we
So
can't
I
do it. We
think
don't- we
the
have
next
to need a
step is
fixture,
to
we
figure
need-
out the pragmatic approach to move on, so you guys can do the work behind the scenes to then eventually come back and seek an approval. So I think the things that we're looking for are, you know, some type of diagramming of where the light is going, possibly adjusting the temperature of the lights that are coming in there, the timing of when the lights are gonna be on, if they're on a timer, if they're on, I would highly recommend not a motion active one, because if you're talking about that, then you're gonna just have the light popping on all types of night. So I think things like that and the shielding, those are the things that we're looking for. We need to have that type of information presented to us so that we can say, yes, these fixtures that are on the wall, they're either good there or you need to have different ones there. And that's kind of what we're looking at.
Okay, so that sounds like a motion you're gonna make.
So I motion to continue this matter. Well, I can either continue or we can deny it. I mean, that's really,
Matt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to bring something up.
We deny it.
My only concern is, even if the company that put the initial lights up brought all the same information to you guys, it would have been approved. Again, based on the elevation and everything, our lumen measurements put absolutely zero light anywhere near his property. Then when we went back out, they are knuckle, you're talking about ma'am, we're talking about their knuckle adjusted lights. So that's kind of what we
I
did.
don't see,
Yeah, you have an image of them. So we did actually adjust them as far as humanly possible away. So we kind of did that, and then we turned the one off that we weren't really sure if we could angle that in a way to keep off his building. So the one in the corner facing the entrance is completely backwards to his home. Then the other one's shielded, and then the rest of them are 60 to 150 feet down the side road there.
So I would say this is where I get your point of, because it is the visual aesthetic of, you've done everything you can physically, you've angled it and everything, but at nighttime, I'm still seeing this light and not downplaying your concern as the neighbor. and its impact on you, you feel it how you feel it. If we have data that shows that this light produces this much lumens at this distance, and it's backed, with manufacturer's data, it goes a long way in helping everyone understand that, yeah, I may be experiencing or feeling some kind of light, but really by data, I'm well below 1 foot candle, and I'm 20 feet from the property line, or something like that. It helps give context to what you're actually doing out there. You're addressing the problem. I understand that, and you're trying to get there, but we're sort of in this, we don't have the hard factual evidence of the manufacturer's data. So I think that would go a long way in helping.
And even if you have no leakage, right? Spillage is the word, there it is. Even if you have no spillage onto the neighboring property, even if you adjust the temperature of the lighting and you're still able to obtain the safety value that you need for the lighting anyway, then that might be a way to I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to say appease your concerns and facilitate a resolution.
We have no problem with that. Just the thing we're trying to walk away with today is being able to turn the lights on over there. It's been 2 months at this point. Again, I did the calculation myself with the lumen meter, you see it. We were registering no readable lumens, even at 10, 15 feet over our head. Nothing was really registering them. He did send me the pictures. There is light spillage in. There's just, barring us moving the entire electrical system the opposite direction, I don't think there's any way to do it other than putting high pressure. Yes, we could change all the heads out. But again, if we came in front of the board with the data that we have, all the charts, the readings, you guys would have approved it, and we still would be in this position, I feel. Because all the data says that's not going to happen. So we just have to get lighting over there, and I have no problem. The gentleman's been great with me. I would like to work with him, but as of now, we need to get the security of the employees and customers of that business secure. And we can't just go over there and jump and fix that.
Do you have the data that you need?
What I'm saying is, and this won't sound the way maybe everyone wants us to sound, is if the data was with the submission and the board could make a decision, and we knew that, factually, that we are not having spillage versus, again, visually with some photos and a video, we could then say to you, sir, there's nothing more we can do here.
So just to clarify, so if they gave the manufacturer specs, and you said this looks good.
And it looked good.
And then I came out with a foot candle meter, and I showed you that what the manufacturer specs do not actually apply
There may be
in this
nothing-
case.
Yes, there may be
Then-
nothing.
then
more
where
we
would the-
could-
then
there
where
may
would the
be
board
nothing
stand?
more we could do.
What's that?
It may end up becoming a civil matter.
Yeah.
See, the problem issue is it's subjective. If,
Huh?
we
Well,
don't
he's
have,
talking
we don't
about
have,
objective
we don't have
data.
objective data.
He's saying if I bring in
If I bring in a foot candle
contrary
meter,
objective data,
Bring it in.
That's
we're
objective.
not on the
So-
board of adjudication.
So, yes, so if we had a
What
competing. we had
weighs
competing
more?
data-
The manufacturer says it does this, or I can show you?
It's not for the board, it's not for
Not
us.
for our
Okay.
board.
If the
Yeah.
manufacturer says
It then
it's this
becomes a civil matter.
specifications and it fits our code, that's what we have to go with.
I just want to be clear, I don't want to cause an
Use
issue
it-
with
No,
the
Matt,
resident.
use the mic, please. Thanks.
I don't want to cause an issue.
Right.
Again, I am more than willing, and so is the company that I represent, to try to come to a reasonable solution. Just the main thing, again, now, is just getting them lights on immediately, so everybody's safe. That's all we're worried about, and then we can work on,
I still think you're gonna have to come back with all the data, but right now, you could turn on the light on the front corner and turn on the light there.
that's what we had, and we were
But
still
you
getting
can't
complaints.
turn this one on, and you can't turn that one on.
I'm
So
sorry,
you're
which,
still lighting the front.
I think we're going down a slippery slope if
I
we
know
start
we
talking
are.
about light by light.
which we did.
The lighting plan needs, in order to make the
Got it.
determination as to whether the fixtures that are affixed to the property are approvable,
Right.
we need to have the data that we don't have in front of us right now.
What is it that you need? Because the
We need the foot
manufacturer
candle
specs
map.
are
We
in
need
there.
the foot candle map, and we need the manufacturer
Specifications of
That should be in your packets. The specification for the light should be there.
Yeah, but it's only like how many watts it is and everything. It's not, there's
As
no,
well as the spread, I think, and all is shown in that.
no, it's not there. I mean, you don't have, and the one you're showing us doesn't seem to have a shield on it.
Well, there's going to be a combination of the shield and then I believe the angle
I
that
know.
they, so I'm not sure how the manufacturer's data is going to comply if the manufacturer says it should be at a 45-degree angle and they put it at a 50-degree angle, then we're going to have different lumen calculations.
Well, how about if you, like,
And I don't know who's going to go up there and measure the degree of angle on the,
how about if you
the
guys meet
fixture.
at the site? I mean, you're right next
Yep.
door. I know you come a
Yep.
little distance, you said you're in Bristol.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if you guys can meet at the site, 5:30, 6, whatever,
In the
when
dark.
it gets dark out.
Right.
The business is still open, maybe they can flip lights on and off and try moving them around and, try to make Mike happy. He's a neighbor.
Yeah, no, that's completely my intent. I'm not here to
Right.
fight a battle or argue.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Yeah, it sounds like you're
concern-
willing to work, which you
Yeah, I'm here
appreciate, yeah.
pretty much for the business safety
Sure.
today. So
Okay.
hopefully we can get, I can't just run back up here again tomorrow. That's kind of the problem.
Right,
So
right.
I'm hoping we can get a resolution to at least get them on temporarily, and so I can get up here in maybe
Well, it's gonna
3, 4, 5,
come from
maybe
the-
days.
That's gonna come from the township. I don't know whether they're gonna allow
Yeah,
that.
I
so
guess-
For us.
That's out of our hands there, but you could certainly talk to the township. Yeah, Mr. Pancoast there.
Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, I'll turn it to Tim, maybe you can.
Yeah, I move to continue this matter. What are we on? I'm on a matter of DRB 2025-73. I move to continue this matter.
Okay.
I
Do hear a
second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just want to put it on record that I feel like the business has done a suitable
yeah.
effort to
Yes.
reduce the lighting. And, I hate to say it, but is there consideration of blackout shades or some sort of different shade on your property that would reduce the light into the home? I think there's a safety factor here. And unfortunately, similar to Wawa, we have a line of residents behind the business, like you. So, there has to be some sort of compromise. So, I do think Bob makes a good point that you guys should meet on site, but at some point, you need to compromise with the business. They can't have no light.
and like I said, I think there's other angles that they could project the light from,
Yeah.
which they chose not to do.
Yeah.
And now, because they've already installed these lights without approval, anything else becomes cost prohibitive.
Right.
So we can't change it because we already did it, and I'm not sure that that's really the answer.
Yeah.
Blackout shades, let me talk to them and see if they'll foot the bill. They could be a couple
I'm
grand.
not disagreeing with
Yeah,
that.
all right, and maybe blackout shades are the answer if Monroe wants to pay for them.
Yeah, I think there's compromise.
And to be completely clear, if they come back and they show us a map and it says here's the foot candles, each spot all the way projecting out up to the property line, and there is no leakage onto the other property line, then we're gonna have the information to move forward with the lights.
Based on the manufacturer's specs,
Well, it's gonna be.
which once again comes down to, did they angle the lights exactly? Huh?
So you need to take
We have
that
to-
data, that lumens,
Mhm.
and put that on a site drawing, so that it visually shows, okay, so if the spread is, a 3-inch circle to scale, and what's that 3-inch circle look like to scale on the scaled site drawing? It gives the board the ability to say, oh, okay, so if we're installing this particular light with this particular shroud at this particular angle, the data says that this light is not within 20 feet of the property line, or whatever the distance may be. It gives them the ability to say, hey, you may not be happy, I'm sorry, but we have no other reason but to approve it because it meets the standards of the ordinance. Or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, then they don't approve it, and we keep working on it.
Okay.
I'll talk to Bill Bruno about this.
Sure.
I would suggest, if you do have a meeting, to invite Bill to the meeting as well.
All right.
So
Yep.
that way, someone in the township is current with what everyone's trying to do. And I know, you're making the effort to try to get it done, and, you have two parties to appease. You have the neighbor and you have your client. Totally understand that.
He doesn't even work, like, he's
Yeah.
just an outside, like, he's,
But I think,
all of his
I think
efforts are actually,
we're gonna make a
like,
motion here.
on the outside
Okay.
working in, like, it's a, you know.
Totally understand.
Yep.
And it's after the fact.
Yep.
We
I
have
think
to
we
move
did.
on.
Yeah, did we second that motion?
I did.
We did? We second that motion? Okay. All right, guys. I think you guys will work it out.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, man. Take care, Mike.
We have, the motion was voted?
Second.
Yes, it was
I
seconded.
think the vote already occurred, right?
Do we vote for it? Lisa, we voted, right? Lisa, we voted? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, Lisa.
I mean, yeah, because they put up the.
Okay. All right, moving along. DRB 2025-75, the application of Radnor Plaza at 320 King of Prussia Road for a ground sign.
I think you're on 7-4, I think you skipped one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did skip one. Sorry, Brian. I skipped over you, buddy. All right, let's backtrack. DRB, see, I got all shaken up with
I
this
know.
last application there.
Had to figure out where we're at again.
Okay, so next is DRB 2025-74, the application of Legendary Smiles at 308 West Lancaster Avenue for 2 wall signs and 1 window sign. Thanks, Tim. Okay. All right, Brian.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, and Brian, we have the handheld here too, if it helps you out.
I'm just gonna. Anyway, my name is Brian Yanoviak. I'm with Sign Studios. I'm representing Legendary Smiles. And before I really get into it, I did have a talk with Mr. Narsini, and he explained to me that there was well, I knew about the new interpretation of the sign ordinance, but he said that I have the option of, presenting and applying for a variance, or he said most likely it's going to change back to the way it was before. So why even do that? Because by the time I got to the variance, I could have just come back here.
Yeah,
So, but I did want to just show you what we're doing.
okay.
Anyway, the site is at 308 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne. It is right near the frame shop. I don't know if you want to zoom in on that, but and this went by the original determination, just so you have an idea. These are channel letters. This is more detail of them. There are 20-inch high channel letters on the raceway. The raceway will match the facade of the building. Their colors are gray, orange, and then you also have like a light gray that they have for their logo. And the logo is, this is the frontage. But they have 41.84 linear feet. And they have the side of the building as well. And they also have a back part of the building. Plenty of parking. It's a pretty big building. They have that whole building. They are allowed, 50 square foot, according to the, previous determination. And if you notice, what you have is the calculations are wrong. It's actually 47.45 square feet, not 49 square feet. Excuse me?
What is that measurement from? Like, is
That's from the entire front of the building.
for the actual sign of
Yes.
the width of the sign?
Yes.
Are you going from the start of the L to the S, or are you also going from L to the end of the tooth?
I'm going to where their building begins. If you
No,
see
I
the little.
understand for the frontage. I'm not talking about the frontage. I'm talking about for the length of the sign.
Oh, the length of the sign? That, the length of the sign is going from the L all the way up to the end of the S.
What about the
and then,
fedora?
and also the logo.
Is that a separate sign?
That's part of their,
So then the sign goes from the L to the, looks like a hat, but I don't know.
I mean, it's a question.
yeah,
of
it's actually a tooth.
It's a tooth? Oh.
Do you have a
It's a
dimension
two.
for the L to the end of it?
Yeah.
Personally, I would say the frontage is, what we see there, legendary smiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other part, I look at it as a driveway in the side of the building.
Oh, I agree with that. I just think that the sign goes all the way to that squiggle.
The six-piece channel, it's 30 inches high by 50 inches wide. It's a six-piece channel logo. I have the Pantone colors depicted as well, which is an orange 165C. The construction of the sign is here. If you wanted to look at detail, it's in your packet, but it's 5-inch returns, has a 1-inch trim cap, and the trim cap is orange as well. The returns are orange as well. And then the face is white acrylic. It's cast acrylic with LED lighting inside. It is on a 5-inch high by 5-inch deep raceway. For the tooth, each one of those elements are individual, so there is no raceway. And they have an electrician, and we already have electricity there, but he's going to be pulling through the wiring for that so that we could just
Brian,
attach to that.
This is what I see with the
Sure.
whole project. So you've got a lot of window
Yes,
decals you want to put.
yes,
So those windows decals are all calculated into your total sign area. Okay? So you've got over 60 square feet of window decals. Okay? You're allowed 8368 worth of signage. You're killing yourself on your signage. You've got a total of 83 and change square feet that you're allowed for signage, 61 of which you're using for your window signage. You're well over. You're too big between your vinyl and your signs that you propose.
well, the window signage is actually, it's, we're allowed to have 20%.
Yeah, but you've got.
Which
but
is-
It's calculated into your total sign area, and you want to do 20 windows, and each window's a little over 3 square feet, so right there, you're at 60 square feet, and you're only allowed 83 on that building.
Using the proposed revised verbiage for measuring sign space.
Yeah.
You're
well, I mean,
allowed 2
No,
feet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
20% of your windows
Yeah.
actually ends up taking up about 75% of your total allowable
Right.
or more. So that's the point that
Yeah.
Bob's making.
Yeah, and I understand that, and that's why we're going to be coming back for,
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to show you
Okay.
this. Yeah.
Well, why don't we do
Yeah,
this?
because I wanted to just handle the windows because, I mean,
Well, I think the windows look good, the message that's in the windows, but you're gonna,
Your concern, I think
Yeah.
what Bob's trying to say is, if you come back and the code has been revised to allow for the larger sign, the wall
Yes.
sign, then you're gonna come back and you're gonna have to remove signs from the windows.
Like, you might want to remove the little,
Otherwise, you would
tooth
exceed
or
your maximum allowed signage on the property.
if you add in window signage and wall signage, you're over, you're allowed.
Even though you might be under 20% of your windows, it's still the aggregate of the property goes above the max.
right.
So,
Okay.
that's something to consider, and I don't know if you want to get the windows now and then remove them, or come back later when we can talk about the whole package.
I would rather get them up and running because they wanted to open up in January. And I don't really, I mean, I had a pretty detailed conversation with Mr. Nursini. I don't think that's going to happen, but
Either way,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if the proposed revision to the code is approved and becomes law, or becomes the ordinance for Radnor Township, then the signage that you're proposing here would still exceed what you're allowed. That's what Bob, I think, is trying to represent to you. Because of the amount of vinyl you're putting in the windows, you'd either have to shrink the proposed wall sign that you have here, or remove signs from the windows.
Right.
Okay,
If that's what you want to do, and you want to go ahead and get the window signs now, and you're going to be willing to pull off or replace them completely, then that's something we can discuss now. But I think otherwise, your total sign package now is going to be too much. Unless you want to just piece it off now, and that's the decision you make.
I would rather piece it off now.
Okay.
so we're only
So
going
then we
to,
don't need to look at the wall sign now.
Okay.
we'll look at the windows.
We can look at the windows.
Let's look at the windows.
I think from kind of advisory opinion, you can also look at the tooth over the door and probably have to get rid of that unless you're able to get that into your wall sign space as well.
Yeah, and going forward, if you remove the tooth in every other window, you might bring down your total
Yeah, I thought it was that.
window decals, so you won't have to be fooling around later when you put up a sign.
So
Good
let's
idea.
look at the windows.
Here we go.
The center is, I don't know if you could see that, it's in your packet, but they wanted to list every, I mean, they do more than dentistry. They're oral surgeons, they do inline braces, they do reconstructive surgery. They have a business also in Havertown. Pretty sharp people. I don't think Wayne really has anything like this. But they wanted to, advertise Invisalign with their logo, braces with their logo, implants with their logo, family dentistry. And we wanted to just tie in that whole building together. It's a beautiful building. They're spending $1 million on this building.
Yeah.
Brian, if you want, I mean, you want to put all those window decals in, chances are you're going to be removing some of them to get your adequate size for your wall signage.
Potentially, they might be able to shrink them.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. We have an outline on the top and the bottom of the window. We could just get rid of that, and that would give us a lot of
Just
space.
put a few of them in for the time being,
Yeah, if you-
until they get started.
If you want to use them,
Yeah.
it's almost like temporary signs for,
Yeah.
until you come back.
Right.
So as long as that's the understanding that you're going to probably have to, if you go with these ones and want that wall sign later, you're likely going to have to peel these off and put something new up.
Okay.
So, Brian, we'll give you the option.
Yeah.
And I think probably the best thing is to see in January, but I think, are we saying we'll give him the go-ahead to do
Yeah.
vinyl in the window if he likes?
Yeah,
But how are these allowed if they're not part of the business name?
People do that.
Also, windows you
Yeah.
can do on the window
Yeah.
vinyl.
Yeah. With a
the
description?
window.
Yeah, the description's limited to the wall and the monument.
Give me an example of another wall decal that we've approved, or a window
I
decal.
think some of those boutiques maybe in Wayne
Yeah.
might have
With
something.
wording?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, rather small, yeah. 20%? Yeah, 20%.
It's up to you.
per window too, right?
No, it's
No.
20% over the aggregate,
But I think the way, we talked about
Well,
that
that's
last
how
month.
we did it
That was
once.
the debate last month.
Don't go down that road.
I'm against it.
The metal divider between
Right,
the windows.
right, we had
Yep.
Johnny's come in last month, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually goes by window pane. That's what I've
Yeah, but I think what you have
done
looks
for
nice.
30 years.
You're just gonna get squeezed on your wall sign, basically. So it's your call,
Yeah,
And you could not put the little tooth in either other window, and they just,
that's what I was thinking too, but
because no one knows, it doesn't look like anything.
yeah.
So why don't we give Brian the go-ahead to
Yeah,
do
that's it.
Okay.
window signage, provided it's under 20% in
Well,
each
we can't do
window.
the sign, we can't do the wall sign,
Right,
so
right.
we can give those,
Yeah.
and then it's in the code.
And then the third element, Brian, is your so-called directional sign.
Yes,
But the issue with that is, directional signs are just that, like what Wawa, they direct you into the parking lot,
Yeah.
and you can't place it on the building, and it's got to be rather small. It can only be, I forget off the top of my head, I think only 3 feet high and
Yeah,
4 feet wide or
yeah, something
whatever.
like that.
Andy has a comment.
Yeah, Andy?
Just to clarify for our records
Yes.
and note take, the window signage is going to go in as proposed.
Yes.
You're not shrinking it or anything like that, just as
Yeah.
proposed. And that's fine. We just want to make sure that we have it noted so that the next round, everything's taken into account properly. That's all. Okay.
Well, I mean, if I could have the option the option if I can shrink that.
Well, you're going to come back next month.
Yeah.
So
Or
let's
February.
let's keep it to the size it is now.
Okay,
And if you shrink it, we'll see the plans next month.
okay,
Like, we'll approve the signs as proposed now,
okay.
and if they don't put them in, you can come back with a different proposal.
Right.
So
Okay.
all I ask is if you shrink it, when you submit for the permit, give us something updated, some updated dimensions and information. That's all.
Okay.
And the
And-
quantity-
and
That
I-
way we have an accurate record.
And
Yeah.
and Jane, we could remove the tooth too, that would also
the
give us some
quantity
more
will be up to
space.
Brian. If he doesn't want to do all 20 windows, he wants to put 6 or whatever. Okay. So you don't have to do all 20. You can make the decision. What you're showing is 20 windows.
Right,
Where
correct.
would the other, I'm seeing a picture of the back, right?
Yes,
Where are the other windows? The front?
the front,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, just carry it.
There's a total of 20 windows.
So the direction.
I personally think it's busying up the building, so I'm against
I do
it.
too.
Yeah,
I'm
I do
against
too.
it, but
Yeah, I agree with you.
I personally agree with you.
Yeah.
It just looks
but
like,
I'll let the other board members vote.
Like I say, I think.
I personally agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. And so the directional sign, Brian, it's got to be like what Wawa had, showing the entrance or exit. Yeah, that's.
They have a
that's-
rear entrance.
I'm sorry?
They have a rear entrance to that building.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll be a sign similar to their neighbor Burton's. Yeah, it's not mounted to the building or anything like that. It's just a small, 3 feet. I forget what the dimensions are. It's in the code book, but I think
Right.
it's maybe 4 square feet total, no higher than 3 feet high.
Okay.
And like I say, you'll see Burton's has a sign like that. The Wawa tonight showed us a sign.
Right.
So they're directional signs.
Right. What about for a wheelchair ramp? Is there any, because that is a wheelchair ramp.
What's the question?
Looks like it looks like
Signage
a
for the
handicap.
wheelchair ramp?
Mhm.
There must be standard, I would imagine.
Where is it, in the rear?
Yeah, that whole thing is a wheelchair ramp.
There must be a standard sign for a wheelchair ramp, Andy, or not?
I don't know that,
Or just a handicap placard as
Yeah,
such?
and
or-
he's got, and they have to have a,
it's handicap parking.
There would,
placards, but-
there would be signage for the parking and signage at the door for access.
Okay,
I don't believe there's any requirement for signage at the base of the ramp.
no.
okay,
Anyone can use it and looks like a ramp.
okay. All right. So who wants to make a motion? Brian, any other comments for the board? before we
No.
move forward? Or comments?
Yeah, there seems to be.
I'm sorry.
There seems to be some concern about
No,
how
I
this
mean,
looks.
I don't like the decal, so I'm just not for it.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Well, I
but-
say, I think he's going to,
Oh,
he's
you-
going to have to,
It fits the code, we just don't like it.
Yeah, we don't
Okay,
like it.
okay, okay, yeah, I'm with you.
I think you
It's the
feel it's
code,
too
we
many.
just don't like it.
Yeah,
I can vote against it.
yeah, that's no problem.
Well, you might have more of a quorum that vote against it.
Yeah. I don't like the,
Like I said, I don't think he's
like
going to
a
be able to do
decal
all
on every
20
window.
windows and get a wall sign up. He's just going to exceed his square footage, so, yeah.
The wall decals, they're translucent? What color are they? Are they?
Window.
They're white,
They're white.
white cast vinyl. Reversed.
I think for safety's sake, if you're going to put a few up, I'd put maybe a half a dozen tops along the front of the building and see how it looks, and, don't shoot yourself in the foot there square footage wise by putting up 20, so.
Everybody knows.
I
what
mean,
the
I could do that. I
Well,
mean, I could,
come back for a new dimensional sign.
yeah, we can do that. We can just do the front part.
Yeah, I think you're,
I think that's wise.
okay. All right, let's move it along. How about a
No, it
motion?
doesn't have to.
Tim?
Sure, I'll do.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Who doesn't like this?
So are you saying, Bob, that I can do that? I don't have to put all 20 up. I can,
Yeah,
because since
just
I'm
put a
coming
few
back
up.
next month, I could just do the front so they have something
what's
nice and
presented.
consistent.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Well, the design is fine. It's just the quantity. And maybe
Well,
instead of putting
right,
20,
right. I don't-
The point is, like, right now,
He has to, he's,
the walls,
I understand, hold on.
Yeah.
Question is, this is what's presented, all 20 windows.
right.
it has uniformities.
Yeah, well, we're all with
I'm
that.
just,
The square
I
footage.
like the uniformity. If you
Yes,
start taking
but-
out pieces
right.
of it, you're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying.
No, I see what you're saying, but in general, one, you make the motion, but was the motion of what's presented, or is the motion is what discussed and what the applicant's willing to do?
I was gonna move for what's been presented.
Then I agree.
okay.
I agree.
All right.
I would move for what's presented, because otherwise it's just conversation.
Right, and when
Yes.
if they come back with the wall
Yeah,
sign and they need to take some of these
That's-
out,
that's-
I
that's
may
another
not
story.
agree to
Yeah.
say, we'll take out this one here, or take out this window here, because I think you'd have a blank window in between a line, and it might look, quite frankly, stupid.
Well, we have two photographs or renderings that I provided with you, for you. One was the front, and then one's the side. So if we just move to approve the front, we're only looking at 1, 2, 3, 4,
In the
5,
matter of
6,
DRB 2025-74.
13 windows.
In the matter of DRB 2025-74, I move to approve the application for the window vinyls as presented in the application, and move to deny all other requests.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Greg?
Opposed?
Tim? Or
I
Colin,
was
I'm
aye.
sorry, Colin?
Figure it out.
You're approving?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. 4-0. Okay. All right, Brian, we'll see you next month, all right?
Thank you.
Okay, sounds good.
Wait a minute, I got two different things.
Can I change that vote? I'm again, no, I'm with Colin. It's 3-0.
Too late.
It's 3-0. Revote, 3-0.
3-1. All right. Okay.
3-1.
All right, thanks, Brian. Okay,
Well, we
next
get to
tonight.
vote
is-
again on it, you know?
No, I meant,
Oh.
I just wasn't paying attention. I agree with Colin. I wasn't sure of the procedure.
All right, next application tonight, DRB 2025-75, the application
My
at
theory is that we
Radnor
get to vote
Plaza,
again.
320 King of Prussia Road for a ground sign.
This is
Hope this is-
Anybody?
I hope this is quick.
yeah.
No?
No one's here?
Radnor
Say
Plaza?
In the matter of DRB 2025-75, I move to continue.
Okay, is there a second
I
on that?
second.
I
Okay.
second.
All
I
right,
don't
we'll
like the
continue
color
to
anyway.
January. Okay. Next then is DRB 2025-76, the Brandy Wine Hotel at 165 King of Prussia Road for sign package.
Oh, I remember this.
Hey, everybody.
They're
Hello
too
there.
high off the ground.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks, Phil. My name's Will Golden. I'm the Vice President of Construction with Brandywine Realty Trust. We were previously in front of the board, I believe it was in August, to get some preliminary feedback on our hotel development and signage. We incorporated the feedback from both this board and then also had the opportunity to go in front of the zoning review board in October, took some additional feedback from them into account, and then received all our necessary variances for the package we're going to present here today.
Great.
So we received all those approvals from zoning. I figure for the benefit of this group, I figured I'd just do a quick summary of just the overlay of the property before handing over to Phil Dubroff, who's with our signage vendor.
Quick question, is this
So
different
you've all
from what
gotten
we
the
received in our
variances?
packet? Or is this the same information we received in our packet?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, tell us who you are.
Okay, Phil Dubroff with PMDI Signs. And the reason we're handing this package out is on the first page, and actually in subsequent pages where there's more details, are the monument signs.
Okay.
So why we're changing it is because we had the final logo given to us yesterday, and we wanted to just get everything looked at one time.
Okay.
Whose final logo?
It's these, on these,
The hotel's final logo.
on these signs.
Yep.
Just these
Okay.
secondary.
So those are the only clarifications, I would say.
Merrick's and, yeah, the final for the Merrick's Tavern and,
So
is this
all new submittal?
So this is all same size?
Everything is all the same size.
Different text.
That's correct. At the time we were in front of zoning, our,
Just to give us more insight.
yeah, no, that's yeah, we just wanted to make sure you had the latest and greatest information, so.
This is it.
Okay.
got it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you. So again, just to provide an overview for the board, this is our, the 155 and 165 King of Prussia Road development. It's located off of King of Prussia Road, if you can see here on the screen. This is King of Prussia Road on the plan south. You're driving north this way, driving south takes you over to 476 and Business 30. So majority of traffic that we anticipate flowing to the property will be driving up north to King of Prussia Road. The site itself, we have Penn's new medical office building here at 145 King of Prussia Road. We have the recently occupied Arkema office building, so full building user, about 150,000 square foot office there, and the hotel 165 King of Prussia Road that is currently under development and scheduled for completion next year. When we were previously in front of the board, we presented just these general concepts. We needed to go to zoning and obtain several variances. One for the right to put a second monument sign on the site due to its proximity at the time of being less than 200 feet from the Penn side. We received that. We also took into account feedback from the zoning board to make sure from sizing our monument signs, we made sure to align with the Penn side. So we lowered our sign, reduced our signage to the monument sign by a few inches. It was pretty minor, but we took that into account as well and got that approved by zoning. Also, we had some height restrictions, and due to the kind of the berm here and some of the site conditions, we had to get some height approvals for the wall sign that you'll see presented on the building west elevation here. We also received approval for a wall sign on the east elevation, which provides line of sight from visitors arriving on the high-speed line. And then we have an awning sign that goes over the main hotel entrance drop-off aisle. And then to facilitate directional and instructional signage throughout the site, which you, again, previously presented. We have several instructional signs located throughout the property, just directing folks where they need to go and have the opportunity to find, obviously, both the hotel, the associated food and beverage offerings at the hotel, as well as Arkema is reflected on the sign as the adjacent office facility. So that is just the overall view of the property. And I can hand it off to Phil. Phil will be better versed to speak to the details of color, signage, lighting, etc. Does anyone have any questions? On this, yes, that's correct. It's Lot A. B would be Penn in this rendering, and C would be the hotel. Yep.
So we'll pick up with the monument signs. And,
Phil, I'm going to ask you to use a handheld.
oh, yeah, thank you. Is this so?
Yeah, it should be on.
Hello? No?
Talk nice and loud into it, see what happens.
What?
Speak nice and loud.
Okay, so I can work off of this. How does that work?
There we go.
Okay.
Phil, hold on a minute.
Yes, sir.
He always appears behind the...
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Thank you.
So starting with the monument signs, being on the main street, the main idea is to getting people off the road as easy, as fast as possible. And as Will alluded to, these two signs, or actually, there's an A and a B side, just for clarity. So whenever you see two signs nested together, it's one sign. It's just showing you a side A and a side B. Alrighty? So it's these two.
Just to confirm, are
Yes, sir.
these signs protruding from the monument?
No, no, they're perpendicular. Here, I'll tell you what. Let's talk
No,
about
it looks
the.
like they're exceeding the...
Yes, they are extended beyond the
They are
rectangle.
extended beyond the monument.
Yes, but here we go. How's this? There. So when we calculated, just so you know, when we calculated this square footage, we took the entire rectangle outer perimeter of all of the signs, all of the elements of each sign. Okay, and that gave us the calculation of square foot. So the question of lighting will come up. I'm pretty certain about that. And these will be ground lit, so they'll be washed. It'll be a washer going up the signs. They'll be non-illuminated. This brick at the base will carry through from the building and pick up the details, from the two buildings. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a welded aluminum cabinet painted with polyurethane, acrylic polyurethane. Any vinyl graphics will be a 9-year high-performance material. That's straightforward.
I have a quick
Yes.
question.
Mhm.
Why is the A monument sign have its tenant
Senate.
signs like hanging off it?
It's a design, it also just takes it towards the road. I mean, it doesn't infringe on any,
No, I just wondered.
yeah, no, it's a design element. Mm-hmm.
Weird. Continue, sorry.
Okay, all right. So that takes care of the monument signs.
I think it's distracting.
And the instructional signs, again, it's all about navigation in a site, making it easy for people to go from point A to point B. Because there's a hotel on the site, and because Arkema is an international company and this is their North American headquarters, there's going to be a lot of one-time visitors. So these are actually integral to the navigation of the site. Makes it easier, especially when you get up into this area. Penn has a sign up here that tells you for a drop-off area. So this is, all of these are located specifically at decision-making points. That's what makes them effective. Okay, so that takes care of these. And these are simpler. They'll pick up the design of the brick without using brick. So these will all be a fabricated aluminum skirt with, set into the ground.
Phil, can I ask you a quick question?
Yes, sir.
Where on your map here are instructional signs A and instructional signs B?
So A is up on the top,
Right.
top left corner. B1 is actually, no, we don't have that called out. So B1 would be right here. Because what we're addressing is the drop-off for shipping and receiving for the buildings in this area.
I have another question
Yes.
regarding these signs. Monument sign B does not have Acoma, has parking and Acoma's deliveries?
Yes, that's
Very-
that's correct.
Okay. So I guess everybody, but it's so small, and then if people wanted to park and go to Acoma, it's like really tiny at the bottom.
Well, actually,
Good idea.
it's what it's doing is it's taking. This wouldn't be necessarily the main entry for Arkema.
Okay.
Do you know? This is specifically addressing deliveries for Arkema.
So were instructional signs A and 1B approved?
Yes,
zoning?
every.
The
Everything,
placement?
yeah, the first one, when we proposed to you, we had a much larger instructional sign back
We
here.
said it looks like you guys are trying to squeeze in 2 more monument signs and instructional signs where there should be.
No,
an
that's
area to
that's
compromise.
correct. Everything that we've presented, we've taken to heart. Like, for instance, the total of the monument signs are a total of 75 square feet. So that complied with what Kevin was requesting, and so yes.
All right.
So yeah, these
they've
are
been approved
much
by
smaller.
zoning.
Right. Yes, sir. And then the B2 would be up in this area.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Okay, so that takes care of these. No. Okay, let's go to the building elevation. So the west.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
1 second.
Go for it.
Bob,
Yes.
is it, from my understanding, maybe it's just, is it the spirit of the monument signs to have the structure and the signage inside, almost like a frame? As opposed to what we're seeing here with signs jetting out off of the.
I think it's just a design element.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. It's just a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little unique. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What are the inserts gonna be, like how they're fabricated?
Well, they'll probably be,
Panels, or
yeah, they'll be,
little panels that can be moved and stuff? Or?
yeah, I think probably what'll happen is maybe and this is a detail that we'll work out before, when we do the submittal for the sign permits, is probably an end panel will come off, and these will probably have, they could be a 1/2-inch acrylic, it could be an aluminum pan, with the screws that we fasten top and bottom, so there's not, so they're basically invisible.
What about the monument sign?
That-
They're hanging over the edge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about that? So what'll happen?
When you look at the side,
So
sometimes when you see these types of things where you see them coming off the side, you see that they're returned on each other.
So yeah, actually,
They're not.
let me put this down for a second.
We just approved a sign not that long ago near Vic and Dean's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Kind of jets out a
But
little
it
bit.
returned on itself.
Yeah.
So these would, like you're saying, Tim, would be that these would be going around the cabinet.
They're solid.
Yes, yes, yes.
So they don't look like just panels sticking off, hanging out.
That's what I
there.
thought.
No.
They're
They'd
like
be.
they look like blocks.
It'll be, yeah. It'll be a volume. It'll be a
Volume
yes, sir.
protruding from the monument.
Right on. Yes,
I
correct.
thought it was a piece
Now.
of plastic.
Yeah.
Figure that out, okay.
No, we don't do that. Right. So that makes the difference.
We're good.
All right. Okay. No, got you. All right. Anything else? I mean, we'll go to west elevation. And so these letters will be a channel letter. Actually, it'll be what we call a halo lit letter. So they're probably 3 inches deep. Let me see. 3 or 4 inches deep. They have LEDs on the inside. They won't be visible. They'll be spaced off the wall. So then it creates a halo. All right. And then the logo will have illumination. Everything white that you see will actually be illuminated. And then 3 turns. Yeah. Mhm.
So that's a design element like the Keystone, because it's the Keystone State.
Right.
Pennsylvania Railroad.
Pennsylvania
Yeah, it's
Turnpike.
drawn off the railroad there.
And it-
Right.
I like that. As a railroad
And the
attorney.
Turnpike.
Oh, the turnpike.
As a railroad attorney, I look at that. I'm like, well, the main line with the
does look
railroad.
like the old
That's
Pennsylvania.
reminiscence of the Pennsylvania Railroad. That's all that is.
Right.
I
Right.
like it.
We actually did one of the original bronze plaques down at the suburban station. And they have all these old signs up on like the 30th floor or whatever. And we incorporated one of the old railroad signs,
I
cast
saw some
bronze.
kid wearing like a hat with the old Pennsylvania Railroad.
That we
A little,
didn't.
like,
This was
20-year-old kid. I was
Yeah.
like, "You-
I'm sorry. Right, please.
local. Yeah.
It's also ties to the theme as we designed, our interior design folks brought that into the interior of the building. So the overall thought of the motif of the hotel is kind of the initial premise was, folks coming, years ago out to the suburbs, out to the main line and experiencing that trip on the train and some of those early nostalgic photos. And that was kind of an inspirational point of where they got started. So we brought that all the way out to the exterior as well.
Is it going to be in red and gold, burgundy and gold? Oh, the Pennsylvania Railroad was burgundy and gold.
Yeah, this is
Alrighty. So that would take care of this logo. The east elevation is the same, except it's a smaller logo. Again, it's, all of this is really, it's a punctuation on the building to reinforce people's sense of arrival.
And that, again, is all gone through zoning and been approved.
Everything that we're showing you has been approved.
Okay, good.
All right, so that's that. This sign would be the awning sign. Okay, and for this, we have, again, this will be a volume. It'll be a cabinet. And then these letters would be mounted to it. They'd be a dimensional letter, probably 3/4 inch deep. Let me see, what do we have? It's a reverse channel. It'd be 1 inch deep. Reverse channel, stainless steel painted. And this would be a bronze color mounted to this.
what color is the font? Black or is it? I
I
can't
think
tell.
is it black? Yeah, it's black, right? So it gives you the visibility. And that's really it.
Looks good.
Let me see, do we have anything else? Oh, this plaque is required. This is an etched plaque. And this is proprietary, required by the hotel. So that'll be, but it'll be the same size, 8 by 18. It'll be an etched, an acid etched text filled with a color. So your logo is probably a cast. I'd have to get closer, but then you'd see the letters. So like the smaller details are etched into it versus cut out. Okay, so that takes. Any other questions?
Good application.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys coming back to show us that.
Yeah.
I know we had some issues the last time, but you guys got them resolved, so. Yeah.
Yeah, it really worked well. It was good, good effort on everybody's part. It was terrific.
Where are you with construction?
That's a will.
So we are finishing up the building enclosure now, so facade is getting closed in, windows going in, so we do anticipate and targeting a Q2 of 26 opening, so that's what we're striving for now.
Great.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments from the board or questions?
None.
We're good? Want to take this one, Jane?
Oh, yeah. For DRB 2025-76, for the Brandywine Hotel, 165 King of Prussia Road, I move for approval for their exterior building sign, the instructional signs, the monument signs.
Secondary. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. We're running up, yeah. Okay, next we have DRB 2025-77, the application at the Radnor School District at 150 Luella Avenue for a roof replacement. Welcome.
We just want to know
Good evening.
why.
We just want to know why.
We want to know why.
We just want to know why.
We want to know why.
Oh, why the roofing replacement?
Why the roof only lasted that long? We're just-
Yeah, so, that's indicative of a commercial building of this design where, it wasn't really designed and meant for shingles. It's really a building that should have had a standing seam roof on it to begin with. So, and that's what we're proposing tonight, to change it to.
Do we have to pay for this because somebody designed it wrong?
Unfortunately,
Come on, Jane, you know the answer to
I
that.
know the answer to that.
so, but yeah, so to introduce myself properly, I'm Ken Morris, Director of Buildings and Grounds for Radnor Township School District. With me this evening is Mike Cromwell. He is with Tremco Roofing, the manufacturer of the standing seam roof. So for brevity, I'll run through this, stop me, ask questions. But the application is for a partial roofing replacement of the Radnor Middle School. And just for context, the Radnor Middle School is made up of actually 3 different roofing sections. So internally, we refer to them as the vegetative roof, the flat roof, which is made up of a TPO product, and then the sloped roof, which is made up of shingles. And the application is for replacement of the sloped shingled roof. No other work or changes or modifications are being done to the building for this project. To give you a visual overall, and I'm sorry, let me just track back. They're represented on this plan as areas 9, 10, and 11. To give you just an aerial view representation of those 3 areas and the sloped roofs, 9 would be here, which is over top of the auditorium, 10 over top of the gym, 11 is over top of the auxiliary gym and mechanical rooms. So all of the work is contained within those sloped roofs, and again, proposing to change them from shingles to standing seam metal.
You already have the scaffolding up, don't you?
Well, we mobilized, so I can explain that, but I can assure you that not a single shingle has been touched. So I do have some pictures here, so I'll just run through, if we could zoom in on those, some site conditions. And I thought maybe, you know, that question would come up as to why are we replacing that? And so looking at the current site conditions, you can see the streaking and staining of the shingled roof, which is indicative of overheating due to poor ventilation and deterioration of the shingles. So currently, you know, we have conditions where every time it rains, it leaks in the gym. When we get strong winds, we lose shingles. So we've been making a lot of repairs as needed, but the time has come to replace this roof. We identified it on our 5 and 10-year capital plan for a project this summer. However, we moved it up to the winter time here because of the severity of the situation to get this replaced ASAP. So again, these are just current conditions. You can see one of the flat roofs that I referred to there in the picture for that. Again, this is just some more site conditions. We did do a color rendering here over top of the auditorium. We tried to pick the largest roof section there that shows the existing shingles at the top and kind of what it would look like with the standing seam metal. So we did go with a slate gray. We took a lot of time to consider what color would complement this roof and the rest of the building, as well as you know, what we saw throughout the rest of Radnor with the color selections of roofs for standing seam. So I also brought, which was not part of your package, but just for reference, this is a project that I completed at a different district in 2019, and unfortunately that building suffered the same fate. So we did replace that with standing seam metal. So this is kind of like a finished product now. That building was 100% shingle, so the building got replaced 100% with standing seam. Again, we're just proposing these slopes roofs here.
Why are you going with standing seam metal and not the standing seam plastic fiberglass kind? I know there's a fancier term than plastic.
Why we chose metal over standing seam
Won't that
plastic?
heat up too?
So what was your question?
Won't it heat up too?
Heat
Metal
up.
heats in the sun.
Yeah, so it does. But
So this system is
I'm sorry,
elevated up off.
Sir, can you identify yourself?
Yeah, Mike Crummell with Tremco. So the reason steel was chosen is because plastic-type materials go bad in UV over a period of time, become very brittle, and would be replaced at some time. The standing seam metal, a steel roof, will last until its finish is done, and then it's just repainted. So it's not a throwaway roof. As far as heating up, this roof is elevated with a clip off of the deck 3/4 of an inch, which creates an airspace for airflow between the deck and the roof, which helps cool the building within. So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes on barns.
yeah, and we did take that consideration. That's why we went with the slate gray color to get a little bit lighter color as opposed to your darker browns and your bronzes.
Well, what kind of a life do you expect out of this roof?
Well, so that's another good question. You know, when we looked at what were we going to do with the building, sustainability was a #1 factor, right? So with a shingled roof, you know, there's a lot of resources and manufacturing that goes into shingles. So, and they take up a lot of room in the landfill, right? So this will basically be the last roof that Radnor Middle School sees. After the end of the warranty, this is a restorable roof, all right? Which means that we will repaint it, it'll get another warranty, and it'll last as long as that restoration is warranted. After that time, it can be restored again, getting another warranty, and it'll last as long as that. I mean, metal roofs, historically, you see them on buildings that were built in the 1800s, 1900s, right? With maintenance and stuff like that, they last 100+ years.
Well, what's your warranty?
The warranty on this particular system is 30-year warranty.
30 years?
Yep, that's a leak-free warranty and a finish warranty. At the end of that 30-year period, it can then be recoded and an additional warranty attached to it.
For 30 years also? Another 30 years?
Typically not, because the film that goes on these from the factory is a baked-on fluorocarbon material. Once you go back to painting it, it's not the same type of material you go back with. That's typically a 10 to 15-year solution, and then it's redone again and again.
And so the important part is, you know, we're not using more resources to manufacture new materials. We're not clogging up space in our landfills and things of that nature. So again, this is just a representation of that same project. And then, you know, like I said, we went around and looked at just some of the other buildings that were in Radnor for comparison to color and kind of the same design. So this is one of my, I have a couple here, but this is just one that is east of the 476 underpass there. So I don't, if you have any questions, I'd be happy.
No gutters, no downspouts?
Though that's part of it, yeah. Gutters and downspouts are part of the roofing system, yes.
Also gray?
Yellow gray, yes, correct.
So there's no need for those, like, ice shields, or what do you call them, or spikes? Ice
Yeah, so it does get snow and water shields, or not water, but snow shields. So they are the same color as the roof. It's a continuous system, so it's not the individual things that you see. It'll be a continuous rail system, the same color. And you can kind of see, you can see it in this picture here, has the exact same type of system, so it blends in real nice.
Just a question, what is the platform on the main roof? Is that like a roof hatch? Top left corner of the shingle, you can see right there, right?
Top left of that.
Yeah.
So because that's over top of the auditorium, those are our smoke vents that are required by code for the auditorium, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, they automatically open for ventilation in case of a fire.
All right, other questions?
Have you already ordered this roof?
So, yeah, so because of the lead time, it was 8 to 10 weeks for manufacturing the materials and stuff like that. We did preemptively have to order it in order to get this done.
So what if we said we wanted a red roof? What would you do?
Well, that puts us in a whole different conversation.
What was the question? Jane being tough?
No, what if we said, no, we don't like gray, we'd rather have red?
He took that risk.
I did take that risk just because of timing, and our goal is
Dremel can sell it somewhere else.
Yeah, they can. But no, so, you know, with regards to this project, you know, typically this is something that we would do over the summertime. However, we did move this up to complete this, and our goal was to complete this before spring. This is a intricate project with a lot of coordination just because of where it lies. So yes, we did take that gamble in order to just ensure that we're done by spring. We want to get the yard stabilized and reseeded and get the kids back out once warm weather comes. So.
All right. Greg, you want to take this one?
In the matter of DBR 2025-77, Radnor School District, replacement of school roof with, shingled roof with a metal roof. Any more than that?
No, I think it's fine. I mean, they're already doing it.
Seconded.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No shingles on Ithan?
No, actually, we have one little small section of slope roof over top of the gym, and that has, as basis of design, that also has a standing seam metal roof.
I thought it did.
Yeah, so
How's that
we do have an alternate, just in case of cost, but yeah. So,
how's
and
that?
we have standing seam metal at both Wayne Elementary School, Radnor Elementary School, so, yeah.
Ithan skill on schedule?
Yeah, Ithan's doing very well. We went out to bid in November after board approval, so our bids are out on the street currently. We have, we expect to open bids on January 8th. We had our non-mandatory pre-bid on Monday. We had a huge turnout, fabulous turnout. So we're very optimistic that we're going to have good bidders, good prices, and so.
That's great.
Yep. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I think we
Thank
already
you very
approved
much.
the signs.
I'm sorry,
We
what?
already approved the signs.
Yes,
price.
yeah, we were here for the signage and all that, yep. Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks for your patience.
Okay, next is DRB 2025-78, the application of B Devoted Boutique at 163 West Lancaster Avenue for one wall sign and one awning. Hello there.
How you doing, guys?
Good, how
And
you doing?
ladies. Ethan from Signorama, Ethan Polto.
Nice to have you here, Ethan.
Thank you.
So Ethan, I've been on the board for almost a decade, and this is the longest meeting, so congratulations.
Rough one, guys.
I'm Karen Fennis, of the owner, Karen Leslie.
Thanks.
Hi, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're proposing here is there's an existing storefront, if you see here. There's essentially a sign cabinet that's there. There was a sign there, it's taken down. Sign cabinet remains empty. Non-illuminated, there's just, you can see 3 gooseneck lighting and awning right below there. We're proposing 2 very simple things. Put the sign back up, as you see here, and change the awning. Keep the awning frame so it's essentially the same exact awning size, same exact specs, just 2 different options. Really, Karen, the owner, prefers the pink option, but we wanted to put together 2 alternative, or 1 other alternative, and a small last-minute change since there's some confusion about the code. Yes. Instead of having the address there, we'd prefer to put B Devoted Boutique there, because to wait so much longer for signage, no one will know what it is.
I think it's
right?
a smart move. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting killed. I moved from Berwyn.
I'm sorry, Karen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Karen Leslie, owner of Be Devoted. I moved my store from Berwyn, just on Lancaster, to Wayne, and many of my customers are older, and they can't seem to find me. So they're very confused. And, you know, I feel bad about that. But I've been there since August, and so without a sign, it's extremely difficult. And they left really nice, lighting and everything. If we could just make it clear, I understand there's discrepancies and things that you want to work out, but February, Christmas is everything to me. It's make or break at this point since August, not having a sign. So I would love that. Pardon me?
What happened since August that you didn't apply sooner?
Well, we were working this out, and also I was told that there was issues. I'm right across the street from Philadelphia Print Shop, and my sign is basically the same as Dave's, but I've heard from a number of folks that, problems, sizing, this, that, and the other, so, yeah. But I did give you a pink and a green. I thought, whatever you guys want, I don't care at this point, I just got to get up. I just need a sign.
So I think the color choice is yours. Yeah, that's your.
Great, I would love the pink, because I'm old school preppy. Do you like the green? I like the green too, they're both gorgeous to me, because the sign in the navy is lovely, but if you're coming down the road, Privé is right there and it's black. So I had originally wanted navy, but navy gets lost, because there's trees there, you really can't see what's going on. So the green or the pink you'll be able to see it. And at this point, I need to say, look for the green awning, look for the pink awning.
I like the green awning.
All right, I'm easy.
What do you like, Jane?
It's a woman's shop, it's custom women's clothing, but
If I was going to color it,
We should take a vote.
whatever you want.
well, if you're
I'm
going to
out.
make your Be Devoted sign green,
Well, the sign up top is navy with the green trim and the pink. If you look at the postcard, that's why, what did I say?
I still think
You
with
can
the
see the
sign,
green at the trim.
well then, with this sign, with you having green in your lettering up here, when you do that, I think a green awning would work better with a pink sign.
Yeah, do the lettering in
Okay,
pink.
Karen, well, I should go back to the mic. Yeah.
Maybe do your lettering in pink
Well, but either way,
for Be Devoted Boutique on the awning.
Okay, so you're proposing my sign? This is my logo?
I'm sorry, Karen, can you use a handheld mic?
I'm sorry, I'm so loud normally. You're proposing, if this is my logo, right here, because I do make my own line of clothing, bedding, and jewelry that is wholesale also, so I can't change my logo. But what would you like here? Is this
I'm
okay?
gonna say what Bob
No,
said.
no, I'm not saying
and
anything.
you choose.
You guys are.
Okay, is this okay? Is
I'm out
this
on
navy
that.
okay?
Yeah, no, the sign
I
looks
love it.
really nice.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
just like the green awning personally,
Okay,
but you choose.
okay. But everybody's okay?
It's your business.
it's your
Okay.
business.
You get to choose. We can just tell you we like the green one better. That's
But everyone likes the green one better?
Yeah.
No, not,
Can we have a vote?
I'm with Colin. I'm with Colin.
You like the green one better?
And Jane said green too.
I like,
Jane likes the green?
what if you
3
like
verse
the
2.
pink,
Green paint, green it is.
but it's you get
Put
the
that in the
deciding vote. I just wanted
Get
voted
a little
on.
delirious at this hour.
Oh, it doesn't affect my approval?
We're just going to approve an awning.
We're going to approve an awning, not the.
So Ethan, you're going to manufacture that awning?
Yeah.
What
He's like
type of
Cleveland.
material are you going to use? Not
It's a fabric,
umbrella?
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you could go on to Sumbrella's website and see that
Yes.
exact green, exact, you know.
So let's ask you to do this when you submit to the township. Show a new rendering with the green, the code, whatever.
Wait, when he
SKU
submits,
or-
it's not,
or whatever.
this isn't it?
No, it's got to go to it's got to go to the
For the
zoning.
umbrella, and also the new text, you're gonna put Be Devoted Boutique.
Correct.
Forget the address. Okay, they can't be any higher than 8-inch letters.
They're not, they're,
6 inch.
yeah.
Okay, so that's, all right, so we can approve the awning tonight.
Yep.
Okay.
And do you care what the color of the font is?
No, it's up to them.
Don't go down that road.
We're
Come
not
on.
going down
All right, you guys pick the
And
color.
so when can, I'm not understanding, is this something we have to wait again and another month?
You have to get
So
you have to get a building permit.
Yeah, we're gonna approve the awning tonight.
Okay.
Then we're gonna continue the sign above,
Got
so
it.
you don't have to refile
He
again.
can go ahead and
You'll
make that awning right away.
Yes.
come- And then the application will go over here. They'll figure out the permitting stuff for the awning.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that goes to you guys. Sorry, thank you.
And that's where
I
you're
didn't
gonna have to
understand.
get the new picture with the new text
yep.
on there, with the SKU for everything for the awning, and that'll be that, and then you'll get your awning.
And then the top sign, we have to come back?
for the sign.
We could approve it
Can you
tonight.
approve it and then
Yeah.
when
I'm sorry,
the
Karen,
grand
you got
approval-
to use the
So
mic.
sorry. I understand. Can you prove it tonight, and then whenever it resolves itself, we can move forward?
No, we can approve it tonight, and you can go to the zoning hearing board to get a
Then
variance.
you'll pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
We're
don't have the
better off
money.
waiting
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
not
until-
worth it.
Okay. good.
Yeah.
But we're hoping for February to have the
Yes.
ordinance
So we'll
changed.
So then we will
continue
have
that.
to
Okay.
come back when it's,
Yeah, we'll
We're
continue.
called
your-
again, okay.
Your wall signage till January, and it may get continued to February.
The awning could be made in December.
Awning could be made, yes.
Okay.
All right,
All I care about. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding.
yeah, all right. I mean, like I said, we can approve the wall sign tonight. You can go to zoning hearing board, pay $900, get relief or whatever, possibly. But I think the better thing is continue it.
Yeah,
And
no, I'm-
January, February,
Christmas,
that
I gotta
busy.
work.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Thank you,
So-
guys.
Okay, all right. Tim, you want to take this one?
Sure, in the matter of DRB 2025-78, I move to approve the application for an awning in the green color with the text to be Devoted, the name of the company, on the awning, and instead of the address, the applicant will submit a revised rendering and the SKU for the awning when submitting for the building application, and move to continue the application as to the wall sign.
Okay, do I hear a second? I'll second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Bob.
And good luck, Karen, with the business. Yes.
Bob,
Thank
you
you,
didn't
yeah.
say to her, no sandwich signs.
Well, you tell her. Go ahead.
You know what sandwich signs are?
Those squares, the same. You
That was,
can't have
that
them.
was AI, that wasn't even really there.
Okay, just so you know, you can't put them up front. Bob always tells every applicant that. No sandwich signs.
But then we see them anyway.
Yeah. And Karen, I think your address, well, your address you were going to put on your awning, but just make sure it's on the building somewhere, the front door. It probably is, but just double check that.
Well, we had stickers planned, We had stickers planned, but we removed all that because we didn't want to confuse with the spacing and the new logistics.
Well, just stick the address on the door with temporary stickers, that's all.
What's it, 163 or whatever? Yeah, okay.
That's required for emergency purposes.
All right, last application tonight, DRB 2025-79, the application of Mainline Revival, 126 East Lancaster Avenue, one wall sign. Ethan, you're up again. All right,
Thank you.
okay.
So this, this storefront for a while had a temporary banner up there. I think someone from the township went over to them and said that they didn't, it was not an approved banner. They called me, and we designed a new sign for them to fit in with the other storefronts in the area, to match the existing storefront. But lo and behold, it is much larger than what the code is literally interpreted as now. So, but this sign would be a very simple aluminum sign matching the current paint on the facade, mounted to that building front. It will have dimensional acrylic letters similar to the storefront right next to it. And again, a very, very simple sign just to identify the business.
It's a little bit too big. But,
And again, yeah, go ahead.
it looks too big anyway in your drawings, but again, you're going to have to wait till February or go for a variance because
Yeah,
it's,
so-
because of the way the code is written that we now have to
Yeah.
revise, so.
Rather do a
you-
continuance?
Okay.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
All right.
Yeah.
But we can also make a suggestion. Have you considered putting the sign up in what I'm calling the facade? What?
The sign band?
The sign band,
Well,
above the clear story
yeah,
windows.
you could do
And
that, but
not
then-
across the door.
You would have everyone else's sign here, and then you would have one up here, and it would look
But
silly.
you're going to put it across the windows and across the entrance.
Where are the other signs on this?
Oh, you're matching the lower stores
Yeah,
next door.
yeah, you would have a storefront that then sticks out.
You want it to, okay.
Well, don't you want to stick out?
Not, it would look bad. You would,
I know what you're saying.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we'll see you in the.
I know, it's, not. Yeah, it kind of is what it is, so,
Well, where was the sign previously when that was,
Donna never came in for a sign ordinance or sign
wasn't
permit.
that a bread place that made
Might have
bread
been
for
years
years?
ago. Yeah, Great Harvest Bread and all
God,
that
I'm
stuff.
so old.
You're going to remember that, where that
yeah.
sign was? So you're saying to put it where you want to put it, it's going to line up with the other stores on that block?
yeah.
I mean,
He's right.
yeah, can you see
Yeah.
the images there?
Oh, it definitely goes along the line there with everything else.
Okay, so I think
No,
it'd
if
be
I know, no,
consistent.
I didn't know that. I wasn't
Yeah,
remembering.
all right.
I just thought it looked weird going across
Okay.
the door.
All right, so we'll do a continuance on this also, but I noticed, Ethan, that possibly they don't have an address number on their door either. So if we can get that done now,
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just, 4-inch numbers.
sure.
Yeah, just for emergency situations.
Okay.
And I think that's probably it. You guys have any other questions? Good on the color? Not looking
Yeah,
for
the
green or
color's
anything?
fine.
No? All right. You're good, Greg? Want to take this last one?
No, no, he just did.
That's what I mean.
All right, Jane.
For DRB 2025-79, for mainline revival, 126 East Lancaster Avenue, I move for continuance.
Here a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we'll see you in January.
Thanks,
Ethan.
guys.
Yeah, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. Okay, any other business for our board tonight?
Is this the longest?
No, I didn't think so. We've hit 9 o'clock.
For me.
Yeah,
We're going.
yeah, yeah. All right.
The only thing
Call
I
for
would suggest.
German?
Yes.
All right, official?
No,
Happy
wait,
holidays.
concerning
See you in
the
January.
ordinance, can we follow through with checking to make sure that the revision to the ordinance is going through the system?
It is going through. the
Okay.
system.
Hey,
Yes,
Ethan,
yes.
real quick.
All right, I go.
We referenced an old sign for that storefront, and it's in that band. And it looked